There it is.
Nailed it. Thanks.
We're live.
I'm sorry.
Cheers.
It's all my fault. I guess there's worse things to be hated for. What?
Nothing.
Say it.
You need a checklist. You need like multiple checklists. Like leaving my house to work out, make sure I have this stuff. Leaving my house for podcast, make sure I have this stuff. Amanda's coming to work out. Amanda, make sure you have this stuff. You know, laminate them, keep them in your wallet, and then you can just dry erase marker them as you're leaving and then wipe them off. Use them again.
Where's the fun in that?
Oh, I didn't know we were having fun now.
Oh,
We would have missed out on all this fun.
Oh my God, Darren wants to kill me.
We would have missed out on all this fun. We are having fun, I can tell.
I'm having fun. I
That's
feel
good.
like I have hatred just seething my way.
I'm not hating. I'm just disappointed.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So we made it
Got it.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
New setup.
Yeah.
Very new. There's a long-standing idea of how we wanted to set it up at some point.
Yes. Half the tables, 3 times the setup time.
Be here at 8. I'll come early.
All right.
I got to go back out.
We should be ready to go by 9:15.
Yeah.
Nothing weird. Be totally fine. Okay.
God damn it.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
so disc golf.
Disc golf.
Yeah.
That stuff.
Yeah.
Rob had stuff for the...
I saw.
I didn't see it. What is it under?
It's under Thoughts and Things. That's
Oh.
labeled podcast with the brain next to
Yes.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Big brains.
Big brains. Here's the 3 fingers. That's from last time. All right.
Oh, you qualified for Worlds. Look at you.
Only posted that in the team chat like 5 days ago. I know. That's all right.
It's going to be like this for a while, isn't
It's
it?
all right. No, it's good. It's good. So
I qualified too.
I know.
Yeah. I didn't post it in the team chat.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, mine was just I just posted a picture of the email because I knew that
Mm.
we had both qualified because Rob had posted that we had both qualified a while
Nice.
ago.
Okay.
But it was something different to like open up and get the email and be like, sweet.
Yeah.
Because I only accepted cash for the first time last year,
Yeah.
so it's cool that like I was like, all right,
An accomplishment of
first
sorts.
pro year,
Yeah.
you know, whatever, 2 years ago, whatever it is. Yeah, to qualify for Pro Worlds because there wasn't Pro Worlds last year, right?
Yeah.
So
So do you think there's a world champion? Do you think it rolled over? Because I feel like we don't have a world champion.
yeah, I would say because
Yeah.
there wasn't a Worlds that there wouldn't be a world champion.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think that like just because somebody did something that then they should be the world champion.
Like twice, basically.
What do you
Like
mean?
Paul isn't world champion and then world champion again because he didn't play last year. Because no one played last year.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So I think there's just going to be an empty spot. It'll be like that weird USDGC when they tried to not pay anybody. There just won't be really a victory.
It worked out.
Yeah, Shoestrick didn't get fucked. It's no
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine.
Yes.
So Redmond had something earlier with Kevin about I think the loop that you and Dan and Kyle played at Willow,
Mm-hmm.
where it was like a weird loop that was in question because it was not a loop on UDisc or something.
It's
I
not the
don't know.
real loop. That's not
Okay.
what we actually played.
Yeah.
We just played 1 through 18
Okay.
and then started over and then played 1 through
I
18
see.
and then started over. Dan just pulled up the wrong thing.
Okay.
And then I was like, while we were playing, we realized it was the wrong thing. And then I said, hey, when we get to the car, we should change that over.
Okay.
And then by the time we had gotten to the car, I got the alert that like a score of mine had been posted. And I was like, I guess we'll just go fuck ourselves. And then we just played again, and I don't know what. Like after that, I just stopped. I was just like, whatever. I got my 3. If I get a 2, I'll worry about it. If not, it is what it is. But yeah, we actually played 1 through 18.
Okay.
Went and got lunch, came back,
Played
1 through 18, and then wrapped around 1 through all the way. We played 1 through 24, the third round.
And then you guys practiced hole 17 a number of times or something beforehand, or you guys just only
I think we
played?
I think we went and threw like 3 drives because I wanted to show them the hole ahead of time and just be like, this is it. Because we were actually walking to it from the basket side, which I thought was funny because they were like, oh, this is blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, when you get to the tee pad, you'll see there's no fucking line.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. And I was like, no, okay, yeah.
All right, yeah.
And from the short pad,
wrong.
which is like 50 feet closer, there's like a line. I was like, yeah, but we're throwing from the long pad. And then when you get to the long pad and you turn back around to face the hole, you're like, oh, yeah.
Oh, Darren, you were right.
There's no hole here.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah, but it was good. I think they took like a 5 and a 6 the first round, but then like throughout the 3 rounds we played, they both got 3s on it.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Killing it.
Yeah. I had putts twice.
For the 2?
Yeah. But not great putts. And whatever.
How close were you?
Probably 50.
Okay.
I'd say 50. I think first round I was like, yeah, probably both rounds I was like 50-ish, 50 to 60. Like I didn't have to do anything weird. I just got to putt. And I just didn't make it. And then the third round, it really like I wasn't trying to like get through. I was trying a different line, and then I was just trying to like really get up there, and I just pulled it a little bit. The line that I take is a little bit of a flex.
Okay.
So I had thrown the like straight to hyzer line the first 2 rounds, and then I had decided that like I don't think that you can actually get all the way up there like that. So then I threw a little bit of a flex, and I just put a little bit too much on it coming over it.
What were you throwing?
I threw the stalker.
Okay.
Because I wanted something to make that turn a little bit faster. And I didn't want to put much height on it because I feel like I just wanted to like get up, get over, and maybe get like a little bit of a skip.
Gotcha.
Where I don't think that like the mid would do it. And then Kyle just threw the overhand. And then Dan was trying to hit a line or whatever. But
yeah. Nailed it.
Yeah. Third round, I just hit the tree and it just stopped. And then I was like, well, that's not going to be a 2.
Not even like a throw in or something?
No, because like even like if you hit those trees right there, there's like no real, like there's nothing real clear to get up there.
Gotcha. It's one of those like, sweet.
Yeah.
Guess I'll start over.
We found 2 discs on the course, which was funny because they were both inside circle 1.
Really?
Yeah.
The
No
fuck?
name, just chilling.
Just
laying there, circle 1.
hanging out.
Here we
Brody Eclipses?
are. No.
Nice.
One of them was a lightning disc.
Oh,
And it was
shit.
actually pretty sweet. We were fucking around with it.
Was it a
Understable.
slice?
No, it's understable, but it was like a HX2 or something. I don't know. I didn't know they made it.
Yeah. Never heard of
and
those
then
things.
and then we made we found another one which I'll go unnamed, but
Okay.
it was a good disc.
Okay.
Yes. But no, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was good getting out there. I still kind of just took it easy because my hip was still bothering me a bit. I threw a bunch of forehands and stuff. My putting was pretty good. By the time the third round came around, like my putting was good.
Yeah.
So it's good. Like I think somewhere in the second round I was like, I should start holding myself accountable on my putts. Because basically I just walk up and putt. And I'm just trying to get myself like the whatever, how many rounds to like just play and not think anything. Just like, all right, whatever, this and that. And then like halfway through the second round I was like, all right, I should start focusing on like actually making these putts.
Yeah.
And then I was like smoking putts. And I was like, okay, cool. This is nice. It was cool to just have that.
Yeah, past the knock off the rust type thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like first round I play, every time that I've gone, I just like whatever. I literally am just like trying to warm my body up, trying not to do anything, trying not to incur any consequences.
That makes sense.
So, yeah.
Nice.
So,
So
yeah.
that's cleared up.
Yeah. So we did what? I'm trying to think. We went on Wednesday? Did we go with Redmond? Was that Wednesday that we went?
I think so. I think it was
That?
Wednesday.
No, we went with Will.
Yeah, Will.
Yeah,
Yes.
we went with Will to Stony.
Yes.
Yes. And then we started.
Yeah.
And you started out hot. And it was sweet to watch.
Yeah.
And then
and then Will called.
Will
and was
called.
like, hey, I'm on my way.
and I was like, well,
all
we'll
right,
just start
cool.
over.
Yeah.
And then I worked you by calling out your front calf.
Yeah.
as you putted.
Yeah.
A hole 4. I was like, look out for your front calf. And then
Yeah, it was that or it was something else.
what? Well, starting over.
I thought, oh yeah, the starting over.
Yeah.
There was something else that happened. I don't remember. There was like a. Oh, you like yelled in one of my throws or some shit.
Yeah, the front calf.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, you were getting ready
Okay.
to putt.
Oh, whatever.
And I was like, watch your front calf. And then you airballed the putt.
There we go.
And then you're like, that's weird. It was on hole 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because at that point, I knew we were just going to start over. So.
I was mad. I still wanted to just finish it.
Yeah, I know.
Such a good
Then
start.
second round didn't start out as good as
No.
first round finished.
Yeah,
at
I
all.
was a little riled up.
Yeah. Then you got riled up.
Yeah.
Timing got off. Bushes were hit.
Yeah.
Disappointment.
Yeah. I hole 2, terrible tee shot. Maybe 140 off the tee or something.
It was a little low for
Yeah.
what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my second shot was like hulked up there. I
Mhm.
felt really good about that pull. And I
Yeah.
was just like, did anyone else see that? Because, like, I thought that was fucking sweet. Like,
Yeah.
where I got to. And then, like, did I for it from there?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You got up and down.
Because I think the other one I fucked up or some shit.
First round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, parted or whatever. Anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. Wednesday,
damn
I
it.
forgot. But Wednesday, I had taken the Nico setup
Yeah.
and played all flex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least, like, 99% of the time.
Yeah, except for
Yeah.
2.
Yep.
2 I couldn't. One was for the disc on a hole. Didn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
And then the other one was a 4-hand. I don't know. I forget which hole it was. I didn't flex, but besides that, I flexed all my shots, which was good. It was nice to play around with the angles. I got to learn the discs on a different thing. I felt it was the most hip-friendly kind of approach to the day, and it was good.
Nice.
Yes, I did not know when I packed up the flex set that I was going to be playing for the Challenger Cup and Challenger Chalice. And then Will's like, oh, I can make it. I was like, sweet. And I lost, and I was like, great. I wish I would have had a different setup. But, yeah, I just stayed committed to it. Still got the chain out, left side, disc on a hole, killing it.
So you're at, what, a pair of 4s so far in that hole?
Just disappointment,
Yeah.
basically. The only hole that I'm okay with my score on is 17 at Willow.
Okay.
Like, I'm okay with it.
3.
I didn't shit the
whatever.
bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I can to it. I just
It's
wanted
there.
to to it so badly so I just wouldn't have to drive back there.
Right.
Because it's a solid 40-something minutes to get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think from my place it's like 53 or something
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm still excited to go back out there and play like a newer course to me, even though like I have played it. I'm
Yeah.
excited to go play Whiteford or whatever because I've never played.
Is Whiteford by Willow?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know where it's at in relation. I'm
Oh.
just saying like new courses in general.
Oh.
I'm excited to go out there and see what they're about.
Yeah, Willow was just kind of odd because during the break we went to lunch. And while I was there were like indigenous people of
I was
the
gonna
area.
ask, did you guys go to BK?
Yeah.
So you had Burger King?
Twice. Yeah. I put up a stink about it the second time and then I was like,
Yeah.
fuck it, because I just didn't want to stop again on the way home.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. We'll
Yeah,
go in.
because I remember you told me the story last
Yeah.
time where you're just like,
No.
fuck this, fuck
Fuck
you guys.
Burger King.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I saw the text in the group chat, and you're like, just meet me at Burger King or whatever it was. And I was like,
Well, I told them that I
What?
didn't want to eat a Burger King.
okay.
And then we still had to stop at the gas station because they had to get water.
Yeah.
Because it was going to be another 3 minutes till we were going to make it to a restaurant. It was like, we can't go right to a restaurant. That's going to be 3 minutes longer than if we stop right now to get water. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, all right. So then we stopped at the gas station, and then they were in the gas station for like 8 minutes to get water. And then I was literally like, I just got out of my truck. I was like, fuck it. We'll just eat Burger King. So I was like walking in as Dan was coming out. I was like, let's just eat here. And he's like,
Yeah.
what? He's like, really? I was like, yeah, I just don't want to stop again.
Yeah.
Like, what? It's going to be what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And then I ate 2,300 calories worth of Burger King.
Oh my god.
And it was glorious.
What
Dan's
did you
like,
have?
I'm excited to watch you eat this. Or he said, yeah, he said it in a way like he didn't think I was going to eat it. And I said, oh, we haven't eaten around each other very
Yeah.
much. I was like, because this is going to be smash down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you get? Like 4 Whoppers? 2 Whoppers?
No, it was the, what's that? The BK King. Maybe it's not the BK King. I don't know. It's the one with like the bacon. It's a double burger. It's got bacon and it's got like barbecue sauce, mayonnaise.
The A1 burger thing?
No.
I know they used to have an A1 burger and it was good.
I don't know
but
the menu that well.
I don't either.
I just know
Whopper and spicy nuggets.
Yeah. I just know I looked up and I saw it was 1,150 50 calories for one. And I was like, I'll take 2 of those. And then Dan was like, I want to see you eat those. And I asked him, I said, why would you say that? Do you not think that I can eat them? And he said, no, I was just saying that like in reference to like what I eat. And like, I don't think I could eat 2 of those. And I was like, oh, this is done. Like, you don't have to worry.
Yeah, I think Dan eats a lot too. Because like we've gone to Taco Bell and he's gotten a lot. But I think on any day, he would just
smash them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I took those 2 down.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I'm not even remotely surprised.
Yeah.
So I'd be way more surprised if you were like, yeah, I got through like 1.5. Like, you didn't eat all of it? Like, you didn't even like force it down just because?
So Kyle had gone to the car. So then when we got inside, I was like, well, let's, like when I caught up with Dan, I was like, well, let's just eat here. So then we tried to reach out to Kyle to have him come in. I was like, just come in to BK or whatever. Yeah. And then he didn't. So then I just called him. I was like, hey.
Just come in to BK.
Just come inside. And he was like, oh, we're eating here? I was like, yeah. So then he came in.
He was just sitting in the car by himself.
Yeah. Then he came in and didn't eat. No, we just hung out. It was what it was.
Yeah, Kyle's weird about food.
Is
like
he?
He'll eat a lot, but then he'll have times where he just doesn't
eat.
Yeah. Like fuck it, whatever. Yeah, like we went to his parents' cabin last year up north or whatever, and then he would just eat. Like when he would make himself sandwiches, he would make like 2 or 3, like giant ones, and then just like smash them. And I have like one, and I'm like, I'm pretty good.
Yeah. And then you wouldn't eat for like
fuck?
3 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, Grogu's here, bro. He's hanging out.
So we did we did that. It was good. Yeah, and then shout out to Will. Will Goringer actually aced hole 11 at Stony Long Blue, which is an incredible ace. And he overdrove it when we played there on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like
big baller.
Yeah, balled it out with a disc that I shall not name because he really felt like he had overexposed it. And then today he got an ace with it.
Wait,
Different
you're not
disc.
saying the name that he aced with?
No, he aced with a crank. Z crank.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying the disc that he threw on Wednesday.
Oh.
I don't want to give that out.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Got to keep it close to the vest, I guess.
Okay.
It's not my information to give out.
I see.
But yeah, it was good. Wednesday I was like a little frustrated by the setup that I had, and then like it actually like we were gonna play with a group.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah, it turned into mob golf on accident-ish.
Yeah, and then I was
something.
like, I'm just like the turd out here because it's like I know the smart shot, I know the shot I want to throw, I know what it is, but I'm just specifically like committing to like throwing flex shots.
Right.
So, yeah,
it was a day. At least we got out to golf.
Yeah,
though.
no, it was great, and I had a good time. It was just enough golf because more than that, I would not have been down with. I had like hit the point of like I was good to go with 2 holes left, but they're both short, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Worked through it. It was good.
Yeah.
But we played the 3 rounds on Saturday, and that was like no big deal.
Yeah.
I woke up, had a migraine, 6:30 in the morning, killing me. Took migraine medicine at 6:30 in the morning. That's when you know it's fucking bad.
Yeah.
Took ibuprofen and migraine medicine, laying in bed. Just like, dude, I just have to get outside like as quick as possible. And then texted with you, texted with them, whatever, got on the road. And I think like shortly, I think I drove there, and then they messaged me at 10:03. We were meeting there at 10. They messaged me at 10:03. 20 minutes out, we stopped to eat.
I saw that, and I was like, the fuck?
I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then I was like, did you guys all deserve each other? Like, this is nonsense. I was like, okay, cool. Well, I'll warm up, on the side.
Where are we meeting up?
Waiting. Yeah. We're going to be there at 10, so I have to leave my house at like 9:20.
Yeah.
Zach at 8:30. Where are we meeting up? I don't know. Wherever you want. Time goes by. So, but where do you want to meet up? I was like, I don't know. It's Willow, so whatever. So yeah, but what about the meeting up? I was like, well, why don't you just get in your car, start driving there? I'll start driving there, and then we'll figure out like where we're going to meet up.
There was less text back and
on
forth
the way
about this.
I have a phone.
But
I have a phone.
It eventually turned into me being like, I'm not going because there's a meeting that I got to partake in. But also in my defense, it was like a, hey, are we carpooling type thing or whatever? Because I was totally fine with driving. And I figured you were already long gone anyways. And then Dan and Kyle are, well, they're in Waterford, so.
The Waterford.
Yeah.
Yes.
Waterford, as some people say it on the streets.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you find it yet?
Oh yeah, I was just looking back to the.
Oh,
I don't understand
reminiscing.
so when we decided to go,
Mm-hmm.
it's not on this one. So was that on the other group text?
I don't know.
The two group texts is what
There's too many. Yeah, it's weird.
throws
like
me
there's
off.
Yeah, there's one with all 4 of us, and then there's one with 3 of us.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we
Yeah.
go. Here we go.
Nice.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
So at night beforehand, whatever. Are you actually busy tomorrow? I don't know. Well, that's inconvenient for plan making. I would want to go to a non-Stony location.
Mm-hmm.
Then Dan says, I'm very okay with that, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay. He said, Hudson, maybe. I said, Willow. He said, I'm up for anything. I said, that's what I like. Zach Fortuna, 5:03 p.m. Same. Darren, looking for that ground play. Dan says, C. Then there was a GIF sent. GIF, whatever the fuck it was.
Giphy.
Then 9 o'clock at night. What time are you thinking? What are you thinking? I don't know. 10 o'clock earliest, noon the latest. 9:06 me. At the course at 10? Dan. If you want, sure. Me. 9:07. Tuna, question mark? 9:07. Zach Fortuna. I'm down. Just got to be back at some point to do homework.
Yeah.
Cool. So it's clear. We're going to Willow. We're going to be there at 10. This is 12 hours, 13 hours before that point. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Some other stuff goes on. Guy tears his pec. This other shit happens. Then in the group in the morning, right? Now here we go. We're going to change it up to that.
Like 13 hours later?
This is just straight 12 hours later.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
I get good morning
Good morning.
from Dan. 8:22 a.m.
Okay.
I've been laying there with a migraine for 2 hours, and I'm thinking in a half an hour I'm going to leave. I get, good morning. I called him a name. He said I should have just sent it to Tuna and Kyle. Tuna chimes in at 8:38 a.m., 1 hour and 22 minutes before we have to be there. Where am I driving and when? I said, 6 minutes later, who are you asking? Anyone who can answer. And Dan says, Willow in the next 15 minutes, meaning in 15 minutes, it's going to be an hour before we have to be there.
Yeah.
You. Oh, you guys are already driving? LOL. Me. Instantly. I'm getting ready to leave soon. We can meet up. Answer from you. Hold on.
Yeah.
8 minutes later. Meet where? On the way there. No answer. Still no answer. So I come right back with, are you leaving yet? Then you, a few more minutes later, it's now 9 o'clock. We need to be there at 10. Getting ready. Also, I can't leave right yet. I have a meeting on Discord shortly. Maybe I meet you guys out there after or whatever. 9:01. Perplexed Darren. Okay.
Yeah, because okay reads as perplexed.
Well, I was baffled.
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
I know. I'm the worst.
8:30. So where are we meeting up? I have no idea.
So long story short, I'm the worst.
No. Long story short.
Yeah, no, I'm the worst.
You had a meeting. You couldn't go.
Yeah.
We went
And I
played.
get made felt bad about it.
We went and played. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about it.
I feel bad about it.
Oh, well, that's up to you. So anyways, so we did that. That was that.
Nailed it.
Awkward. It's so awkward. It's a small table.
It's not that awkward.
I know.
It's not as awkward as I thought it was going to be.
No, I
Yeah.
know. We need a smaller table.
Yeah. Like, what are the Little Tots brand or whatever? Get one of those.
The little picnic tables?
Yeah.
Plastic ones?
I think that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went to Vitamin Shop yesterday.
Yeah.
Was it yesterday? Yeah, it
Yeah,
was yesterday.
yeah.
I went to inquire about something for a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went there and just like talked to them. So anyway, so I asked him yesterday. I was like, hey, I'm good friends with the girl that was the manager here that left to like have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Is she ever coming back? And they both just laughed like, no, she's long gone.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, oh. I was like, well, I figured like something. They're like, yeah, that like she went on maternity leave like a long time ago.
Yeah.
And the guy was like, we've actually had 2 other managers since then.
Really?
And I was like, well, who are the other managers? And he told me like these two girls. And I was like, oh, I don't even know them.
Mhm.
And he's like, yeah, one was here for 2 months and one was here for less than that. And I was like, oh. And then the girl that I was talking to behind the counter was like, I'm the new manager. I was like, well, I'm Darren. It's nice to meet you. You know, whatever. And she came from the Shelby store.
Okay.
So I told her, I was like, oh, my office is right by that one, the one on
Nice.
Hall Road. But I was like, oh yeah. I was like, well, I was wondering. I figured maybe she just had the baby and then decided like, I'll stay home, not on leave for a little while. They're like, no, she's just not. She's not coming back to the store. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, cool. So I've always wanted to ask. I just never did because I like every time
the
I
mystery.
I don't know how long it's been, but every time I go in there, I still look like, is she going to be back today?
Dude, we've had an army of people replace her position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember her name.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
There's stories of her. Is that she who shall not be
Yeah.
named or whatever?
I still give her the shout out for being solid.
Yeah.
I was like, she was great.
Yeah.
I don't think he thought so. I think she just might have left them high and dry because he definitely didn't seem like a fan.
Yeah.
And I was like, she was great. He's like,
Our boy who looks all disheveled.
he
Or
wasn't. No, it was another. And that's the thing.
different guy.
Because that guy was like, well, I've been managing it recently after that girl left. He's like, but I run this other store and I've just been helping out by like running this one.
Gotcha.
And I want to be like, I've never seen you before in my life, motherfucker. And I'm here all the time.
I'm always here.
I'm
Always.
literally
I'm
here.
practically the manager.
Yeah. Like, by the way, you guys need to restock, the kiosk in aisle 4.
Yeah. Come
But,
on. Any day. How long on some bang shots, bros?
Oh, I got a new thing in the mail. There's gonna be a big sale coming up.
Really?
Yeah, so we'll have to stock up, get some stuff.
Mm.
Mostly whey isolate, so that way we can cut down on my
is this
weapons grade digestive system. Yeah. So
this is the new that you did
The
the research
new
on. So
isolate.
what's the difference?
it's just more. It's less stuff, but it's more just protein.
Okay.
So it's not like the other one has like more fat and lactose and stuff in it still.
Gotcha.
So this is it, just farther down the line of just more pure protein.
What if it just turns you nuclear?
Not if all the dairy. No, I think whey is the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of like the fat and the
Yeah.
lactose in it. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, last workout was a vicious circle.
The last one. It's like a tennis elbow from our last workout.
Nice.
Yeah. It was that, and then also like after the workout, I then had to go work at Casey's house.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to like carry a sheet of drywall and then a sheet of Hardy backer board and some other shit, whatever. And I think like just carrying that stuff kind of after the workout gave me some tennis elbow. Yeah. But
You don't like the look of the circle 2 instead of circle 1? I'm kind of a fan. I think it's a good mix up.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's viewing it from circle 2. This is what a basket looks like.
I did. I got on the Facebook. Right.
Nice.
I don't spend that much time on the Facebook anymore, but I do scroll through like twice a day.
Yeah.
So I scrolled through the Facebook, and I saw Raven Newsom. What's the guy's name?
I don't know.
The disc golfer.
I don't know.
Anyways, few guys.
Is he related to Bolden?
No.
Borden?
No.
Okay.
Free Bolden?
Yeah.
No. But he's one of the guys that qualified for USDGC at Throwdown the Mountain. So
Okay.
Barham qualified.
Yeah.
And then
Congrats, Barham. That's
Yeah.
a great finish.
Yeah.
And also that course is sick.
Throwdown the Mountain.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to play.
ridiculous. Let's take a look at this and see. Let's just look up Timmy Barhand. Tim Barham. See if I can find
I
that
would say
post.
Barhand?
Congratulations to the... Oh, it doesn't say. Yesterday, blah, blah, blah. Damn it. Anyways, I wish I could look. Fuck.
Nice.
Anyways, yeah, so Timmy Barham qualified for the USDGC. He's my dark horse pick.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get an all-Michigan podium. We're
I
going to
think
get
so.
Kyle Klein in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, other stuff.
Big time.
People.
Yeah. And I wonder, I didn't look up to see where Reed finished at Dude, the name of the tournament where it's like the Open at like the Bolden at Bourdain, so it's like 17 Bs for the title of it.
Mm-hmm.
Reed shot really well the second round.
Okay.
Like, I think he was hot round. No, close to hot round. Because I think Ricky shot, Calvin shot. Someone shot course record on the second round to get into the third round finals. I think it was Calvin.
Calvin shot round record, I think, on his second or third round. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he kind of shit the bed first round.
Yes.
Yes.
There we go.
Great.
Belton.
Tremendous.
Thank you.
Belton.
That's the tournament.
Oh.
Belton. The battle at Belton Borden's bookshelf.
I thought we were still talking about Free Bolden.
No.
Yeah.
No.
The guy that's done more for disc golf than anybody.
Who?
Except for the manufacturers and players.
Yeah.
Anyways,
and everybody else.
I saw some putts. The reason why I was bringing it up, I think it's Raven. Let's look up and see if I can find it. And it was like the putt. You know what I mean? That step.
The questionable thing. I see.
Raven.
Calvin shot round record 16 down round 2. Ricky tied it the third round. That makes sense.
Okay.
Thanks, Ben.
Raven Newsom.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that sounds familiar-ish.
Yes. He is on Team MVP.
Nice.
Yes. If you're interested in the absolute limit of what might be legal on a step putt, this is the guy for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, I was going to the bathroom. I'm just going to be honest. I'm going to the bathroom. I have my phone out. I'm looking. And then I'm watching this guy do the step putts.
Can you send it to me on Facebook and I can grab it? I don't know. Is that a lot to ask? I'm sorry.
What if I just give it to you? Great.
Nice.
So
this is okay.
So anyways, so it was a clip of him doing like 3 big putts. And then like
okay.
The setup for the putt seemed to be like very timely.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally just in there to relax. And even while I'm in there to relax, I'm like,
I'm almost done.
Putt already. Jesus. And I wanted to get like the timeout on it, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, where are we at time-wise? But then to my surprise, after the like 1st, 2nd, 18th, 19th,
37th,
35th, 36th, then he goes to do the putt. And when he did the putt, I was like scrambling, trying to like pause it because I wanted to get to like that like minute of like
where the release is.
Yeah, like
everything.
how far off of it is.
Yeah.
And I didn't dial it right in. And then I was like, no, I am not going to spend my time sitting here dissecting the second that you let it go so I can figure out whether it's legal or not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fall for that. But I was thinking, definitely, I'm excited to play out my thing when I play with somebody that does that.
Yes.
I'm interested to see like what they have to say about it. Like, that's not a courtesy violation, is it?
I don't
Could
think so.
I get a courtesy violation for standing like this while someone's doing their fucking goofy putt and just be like,
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I don't see why you would, unless you're like in front of them, like in their face
Flash.
with it. Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
With the fucking flashlight
Yeah, but on the
on.
side, I'm in.
Yeah.
Because I was like watching that and I was like, dude, if I was playing with this guy, I would be so fucking amped about it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, why? And then I just, we can do it back in slow-mo. Like, okay.
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go. All right, let's review it. Seemed real close.
Yeah. Just saying.
Yeah. But not like neither of them, when I was watching at least and going to the bathroom, neither of them were very much farther than the circle.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't that like step putt and then it's like in the air and then like hit the chains. It was like step putt, whatever, lunge, let go, bam, chains and in. And I was like, oh, we're at like circle's edge doing this shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, awesome, buddy.
Nice, dude.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Haven't figured out how to get it much further from there.
You want me to putt this
like,
33 feet on my own without doing this?
Yeah, like
thing?
we constantly joke about like the lunging jump putt from like oddly close to the basket a lot.
Yeah, like,
and that's like,
so if you look him up, the clips that he puts on, that he has on Facebook for his putts, both of them are like seemingly to me, and maybe it was just because of the mood I was in or whatever while I was watching it, but it seemed like a long time to like set up for that putt and then followed up by like the absolute last second you could let the putt go and still be able to be like, yeah, that was legal.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. Sweet, buddy.
Nice,
and
dude.
neither one of them, I don't think either one of them were like 40 feet.
Yeah.
I think they were both like inside 40.
Yeah.
I was like, cool.
Nice putt, bro.
Hope I get to play with you someday.
Yeah.
Or
not.
Bring out the 8K.
Steve Dodge, come over here.
You got like the
Come here.
cube. You're like,
Yeah.
this thing takes 1,000 frames per second, bro. I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch that exact split.
Yeah. Reed finished 14th at Belton.
Nice. The Open at Belton.
Discraft presents the Open at Belton, a Disc Golf Pro Tour Silver Series event.
So you only get a quarter of the points
Yeah.
for Silver Series.
Is that what it is?
That's what I heard.
Okay.
That was the one thing that I had heard.
Then it must be true.
Yeah.
Oh, Terry did a lot better. Roethlisberger?
Yeah.
The last event, he was like, if you just took the list and went like that,
Yeah.
he was at like the bottom area.
Yeah.
Good job, Terry.
Nice. So they had Throw Down the Mountain and the Open at whatever
Mhm.
at the same time.
Yeah.
And kind of split the pros a bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Throw Down the Mountain, is that where Simon threw that crazy Annie to like land up on top of the fucking hill? I think it's the last hole. And then he missed the putt.
Probably.
And then Johnny McRae like realized that he was in like the same. He was in
I
for the
think so.
USDGC.
I think
was that
so.
Throw Down the Mountain?
Yeah. His last hole is like you're throwing off of a cliff down, goes right a little bit,
And then,
and then you're throwing up this hill.
Yeah, and he threw it up and over, and then
Yeah.
it landed up
Yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah.
and then he bricked the
Yes.
putt.
Yes.
Yes, for the second
That's
time
Throw
in the
Down
round.
Mountain.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I thought. Yeah, that course is awesome.
Yeah. That hole is fucking wild.
Yeah.
I remember like one of the rounds I had, I think the only good round or the only good shot in that round I had was my second shot on that hole.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because like, I got up there after two from like really short, and I was like, fuck yeah, but all the rest of it happened too.
yeah. The whole round just happened.
Yeah. Like, motherfucker. I had an ace out there with a harp that was like, it got retired because it felt so shitty.
Yeah,
Like it was all over it. Yeah.
still got the ace.
Still got the ace.
Was it in better shape than the Challenger?
Slightly.
Yeah, there weren't so many gouges and chunks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
It was it was more of a full disc than the Challenger is.
Most of it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all of the disc. Challenger's like 96%.
Part of the disc. Yes.
I wonder how much it weighed and how much it weighs.
Yeah. Well, I have the scale. Oh, you don't have it with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have no idea what it weighed when it was new.
It's not written. It's not still around the bottom.
I don't know.
Might be.
I
Oh no,
remember
because it's Discraft.
Yeah.
So it had the little sticker.
Yeah, and that was a 170 to height and something else, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, Redmond says I could see it being warning worthy to a point, only because video isn't valid to call foul on that player. But if you show me once, all good. If you're out there showing the rest of the car 2 or 3 times, I could see you getting warnings for the gamesmanship aspect a bit, trying to work the player. Wait, so video doesn't count as like proof? You need like eyeballs and then like replay your eyeballs?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Well-
feel like video should be valid.
Yeah.
I don't know. But also like
I'm thinking if it's me, right? Like I'm going to show you the video after. If
Yeah.
it is a foot fault, I would
Yeah.
show you the video after and I'd say, "Hey, just so you know,
yeah.
the putt that you just did, here's the video evidence. It's a foot fault.
Yeah.
So you might want to try to like clean up the technique. And then next time, even if it was super safe, I'm just going to call it a foot fault.
Yeah.
Like it's not even close. I'll be like, foot fault.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
weird. I still think they should change, I don't know, the distance.
Yeah.
Or something. Jump putt and needing to jump putt from 30 feet. is
But
weird.
even the jump putt, like I'm good.
Yeah.
It's literally that like bouncy step putt, and
Mhm.
especially from close. It just
Yeah.
is like so frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it. I forget what I was watching recently, but it was like Nico jump putting, or like a couple other people. Like, and this was from the time where outside of the circle, I was like, I have no fucking clue how to get it to the basket, like in a controlled manner. That's why I like had sidearm putts for a while. Like that was my jump putt, was just throwing it in. And I remember seeing them do it, and I was like, I don't know, like how I'll get there. Like that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like I figured it out, and it wasn't so. It was just taking the time to learn how to like just get everything involved and timed out right. That now it's like, really, you guys are gonna jump putt this distance? Like I don't know. Like
I remember,
I'm not sure.
I was watching the coverage for the first round of the Open at Free Bolden, and Kevin was like, Nico gets so close to the basket.
Yeah.
He was talking about like he did like that like putt that he does where he like is basically like fully extended and then like goes.
Yeah.
Kevin's like, he gets so close to the basket, which
Yeah.
is the polite way of being like, I'm not fucking sure that's legal.
Yeah. Yeah, like when the disc left his hand, by the time it was like touching the basket, by the time he landed, he was like half
At the
distance.
basket. He's like
yeah.
in the basket.
Yeah.
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 But, you know,
You know how it is.
disc golf and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Ben could argue in favor of Darren too, by gamesmanship of them being close to breaking the rule all the time. Video doesn't count for decisions/strokes, but it is a good backup for proof.
Yeah, I
That's-
just like
I don't know.
for me, like it's not. I don't know. I guess in the last couple of years, as I've like gotten older or whatever the fuck it is, like your shitty life doesn't need to impact my life negatively.
Mm-hmm.
And when it does, and I'm forced to deal with like the consequences of somebody else's like shit, I'm more frustrated than I used to be. Like previously, I'd be like, well, you know, I'm sure I was a mess at some point and I cost people whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
But like over the last like couple of years, like my tolerance or my patience for it is less. And so what I look at is like, you chose to develop this super fucking gray area, absolute like brink of breaking the rules putt
Yeah.
from 35 feet, which like you should be able to like left hand lob it there. I mean, I don't know, like, and like it's not my fault that you did that, and like it's gonna put me and the entire card in this weird spot of like looking at each other after he putts, like, dude, was that legal? Wasn't that legal? Like,
Yeah.
so if I'm gonna sit in the weird space, you're gonna sit in the weird space because I'm at least just gonna even it out with you.
Yeah.
So if it's me just like videotaping it, or I'm not even videotaping it, but I'm just holding my phone while you're putting,
Yeah.
like whatever it is, like
That'd be a great mind fuck.
yeah. Well, that's
Like,
what I said.
can I see that video or whatever?
It's just
like,
me.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just like a selfie video of me, like
Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know.
Redmond says so true. My overall patience is so much less for the let it slide mentality. Yeah.
Yeah, and but there's like it's for me it's more of like when I feel like it's a decision that someone has made, or when they've like clearly had enough time to get enough feedback to realize that like this is a fucking hot mess.
Mhm.
You know, like I don't know a good example, but like that is an example of like you have decided like at some point you were like, how am I going to putt from 35 feet?
And
Like
this is what you came up with.
I'm gonna,
obviously.
I should start lifting weights and taking steroids because I mean, like it's a whole 35 feet. I mean, like, you know, get some practice wizards, the weighted ones. I don't
Mhm.
know.
Something.
Practice shot put. I mean, there's got to like to build up
Yeah.
enough muscle to actually be able to putt from 35 feet without jumping or running at it or something like is obviously elite athletics. But like,
Totally.
if you can't do that, and then you're gonna figure out another system. Like, there's plenty of systems to figure out that aren't like all the way to the edge of what's legal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows?
Just put in some time to practice, not some weird loopholey thing to put yourself in, like if and or when it gets ixnayed that you're like, fuck, what do I do now? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think you're not in a good position for it. I don't know. Whatever. Hey, you do you. We'll be over here
You
doing
do you. I'll
something
just
else.
videotape it.
Yeah.
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 Like,
or make you
I'll-
think I'm videotaping it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Redmond says, how about the, man, I love C tiers as they crack a beer and that bullshit.
That stuff, I guess for me, it depends more on like, I just look at it like, what a fucking joke. Like them as a person,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like I guess that's it. Like I caddied for my buddy Matt 2 years ago
Okay.
at a C tier,
Okay.
AM2. I never played AM2. I've
Yeah.
only played AM1 and Open.
Okay.
So I had never been a part of it, or maybe it was even AM3. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But the amount of drinking that was going on was like mind-boggling.
Yeah.
And then the amount of like trashedness, I was like, holy fuck. Like,
really?
why would you pay $70 to come out here and get drunk and play like shit?
Where was
and
this
be
at?
loud. It was at Rolling Hills,
Okay.
and I just didn't get it. But I guess on the open, like on the open card, like I don't know too many guys out there cracking beers and stuff. Like I think at that, if you've been playing disc golf long enough to be on open, to be in open and be like competitive, you know, like you're probably just drinking like Jack and Coke out of a coconut water bottle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, or something like like, or you're like, you know,
Yeah.
right.
It's my
Like
apple
you're
juice.
probably not like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, you probably figured out along the way like that's not really.
Yeah.
But then usually like by second round, I'm definitely not on a card with those people.
Yeah.
And if I did at that point, I've kind of already given up on my day.
Yeah.
So at that point, it's like, whatever, dude.
Yeah. I've always
You
heard
know.
that too, where like there's the all the like not necessarily rule calling, but maybe more like rule bending is in the lower tiers in like AM2, 3, whatever. Like
Yeah.
I think I either played AM2 or AM3 one time, won that tournament, and then jumped up to AM1. And I didn't like that was something where there was only a few people. I still remember the first hole of that tournament that I played. I think we talked about it, but it was at I forget the name of the course. I remember I fucking two'd the first hole from the long side. I threw it in on the second shot and I like shit my pants because I didn't like. I didn't know that was possible.
I'm going pro.
Yeah, it was second shot. I threw a yellow force with a blue stamp, skipped it right in. It was awesome. But yeah, I don't remember dealing with people that were just like out there just getting wasted or whatever. Like we were all having a good time. So I don't know. Like, is it just Michigan? Is it across the board? Most of the board? I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm looking at to address the gladiator question now that I'm on here, and it says, can you just play 18 or do you have to do the whole thing? I think you have to play 18 holes.
Yeah.
And it has to be from hole 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we couldn't start at hole 6
Mm-hmm.
and then just play 18 like through 24 and whatever. Like you have to start at hole 1.
Yeah.
If there's like extra holes and all that stuff, like the other one that he brought up was like at Hudson where they have like A through F or whatever it is. Like you don't have to play all the extra holes.
Right.
Like if you go to like if for some reason one year we have Holly
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to play the extra 6 holes in the back and you just want to play the 18 holes,
Mm-hmm.
you can just play the 18 holes.
Yeah.
If it's one of the extra holes, you have to play the 18 that has that on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And then the only other weird one that I was thinking too, I think we talked about before, was Indy.
Mm-hmm.
Like hole 1 for both courses is hole 1, and then hole 2 is hole 2, and then going from there, right? Or no?
No, there's
I forget.
2 18-hole courses.
Right.
Yes.
But they don't both start on hole 1. Like you skip 1 and 2 and then go right to X1 or whatever it is.
No, like course 1 is hole 1, hole 2, X1 through whatever, and then you go back to like hole 3 or 4 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And the other course starts on hole 4, I think, or hole 5 or whatever it is.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Indy's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Indy, and it's like the Red Hawk or whatever the fuck those courses are called.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both don't start, like none of the holes cross over to both courses.
Hole 1 for the Red Hawk layout is what was hole 16. Hole 1 for Red Hawk layout and Red Hawk X layout.
Mm-hmm.
So Red Hawk is normal, and then Red X is.
I don't know. There's 2 different courses. It's all the tournaments that play out there. You can look them up and see what the things are, or they're on the scorecards for the courses. Because one starts at 1, goes to 2, and then you play all the X holes, and the other one starts at hole 4 or 5, or starts at 16.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, whatever it is. I'm sure they'll change it soon. It'll just be 1 through 18, 1 through 18.
Yeah. I think
some
Indy's just the weirdest one. All the other ones I think are pretty straightforward.
Yep.
They know, like Kevin just said, his vote is having to play the course as it is. Hudson extras are letter holes, not numbered, so in order like Willow. So yeah, play 18 holes.
Yeah, because the thing, even at Willow, like to play the other 6 holes, just so hole 17 counts. Like those 6 holes, even that, like those 6 holes are going to take you 15 minutes. Like they're all, like none of them are long. Yeah. You can see the basket except for the one hole. You can see the basket right from the tee pad.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like putter, like mid-range, whatever. Yeah. And then you have that one hyzer hole, hole 23.
Yeah.
And then all the rest of them are like basically straight shots. So if you had to do it, you could do it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like. I don't know. I just thought like 18 holes would be good.
Yeah.
Yep.
There are new tee signs in the ground. They will be renumbered very soon. At Indy, you're talking about? Hopefully. Sweet.
Swage.
Super swage.
Yes.
I'm just catching up on what he was saying. Same.
Ooh, yeah.
Same. Okay. What else do we got here? New Discmania discs. I don't always keep up on the new stuff that comes out. Like I was on Innova's site looking up something for class because I did like a HUD design thing, and I used Heimberg as like my placeholder. And when I go on there, there's like I don't even remember the names of the discs, but I'm like I'm sure this will be great in a couple of years because Dave came up with it or whatever. And it was some wild name like the Acro Wambadabicat something.
Sounds
I don't
great.
know, yeah, it looks awesome.
Even the people that hate it love it.
Yeah.
Dave Dunapace.
Yeah, so Discmania's got a Splice, a Mutant, and a Logic.
Makes
So there's that. Rob said it looks like driver mid. I don't know. I would go a driver mid putter. What do I throw on this putt? Logic, obviously.
Who's your favorite rapper? Splice. Yeah, I don't think he even raps. Whatever.
I don't. Yeah. Is that his brother?
I
Whose
don't know.
brother? Okay. If the rain isn't too bad tomorrow, is anyone available to play? My goal is to be the first one to be halfway through the 18. Who thumbs down that?
I don't know.
Rob.
Haters. Rob did?
Rob did.
Rob's a hater. He's a secret hater. You got to watch out.
I'm thumbs downing it too.
Yep.
I'm going to thumbs up it too, though.
Dude, this putt, I just can't get over it. Oh, and this doesn't. Okay, cool. This has like UFC like usability.
All right. So there'll be a lot of new signage everywhere. Redmond's got to bounce for a bit. He'll be back in 20 to 30 minutes.
Titus.
Sick. But dang, Nico didn't do so well at
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
I was actually going to address it.
Yeah, because I know you told me he called out a lot of haters. I think we talked about it last time. And then Dan showed me how Casey White in an interview with the Nick and Matt show, I think it is. I've only watched it like one time.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're great guys. But I got highly turned off of it just because there was a lot of, I don't know, pee-pee gazing of the number one guy. Paul Macbeth. Like huge fans.
Yeah.
Huge fans.
Yeah.
Like tremendous fans.
Got it.
Biggest fans.
Great.
Only fans.
So they had Casey White on
Yeah,
to
so they
talk
had
to him
Casey
about how
White.
great Paul Macbeth is?
No, but they were interviewing. I haven't seen it, and just the only thing was like Dan informed me that Casey basically called out Nico because he's like, I hope by me being 32, I have won more than a handful of Disc Golf Pro Tour events. And like they were talking about Nico or whatever, and that was like his slight. So I guess are Casey and Nico gonna have beef back and forth? Is it gonna be like the Ricky and Paul battle? I don't think so. But
yeah, I was just gonna more follow up with who the fuck is Casey White?
Casey White is Simon's buddy. From the videos,
he's that guy.
Yeah,
that was on videos with Simon.
Right.
Great.
Yeah. Who's got like one of the weirdest.
You know when you've made it.
Yeah.
When people are talking about the people that were in your videos.
Yeah.
Not when you're the guy that was in the other guy's video. Yeah. Dude, how the fuck did you do at that tournament? Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super hot round.
Nice.
I watched the final round and you're like, who knows?
Yeah.
Wherever you're at.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how he doesn't have like back problems yet, I feel like.
With how he throws?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought you meant carrying around his future winnings.
Oh.
He's wearing his back out.
No. Didn't even cross my mind.
Mm.
Like not even close.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. I love the like shots fired from the crowd.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Great.
Like
who the fuck are you? Awesome.
Yeah. Like if you're a comedian, just someone's got like some heckling to do and it's just like the shittiest heckling.
Yeah.
And they're just like, just go fuck yourself. And then That's it.
I think he's like 20 or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm not even worried
Yeah.
about him being 20 or something. I'm more
Yeah.
worried about the fact that like you should be like it's not like you're new to this. You know what I mean? Especially being on like Simon's things and whatever. Like I've seen Casey White in videos like 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know like how you're I don't know. I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
We'll see. I think
Mhm.
Casey's like 20 or something, significantly young, as in of course, he doesn't have a significant name to himself yet. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Good luck, Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also he did finish 6th, tied for 6th at Discraft Presents the Open at Belton, a Disc Golf Pro Tour Series Silver Series event.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. He did do better than Nico.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, Colton Montgomery did better than Nico. Nico had an off day.
Okay. Casey has 2 A-tier wins lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, Trevin Crow played.
Mm.
Fucking Trevin Crow.
Ooh.
He's the guy who took my USDGC spot at
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guy.
Oh,
Borth.
big Borth. Let's go here.
Mm-hmm. Casey White has consistently improved his rating, though. I got to give him that.
Yeah.
923, 913, 913, 923, 913, 911, 912, 913. And then just like from there, after the first year, basically, that he played with a number, then since then, 2017, he's pretty much improved pretty much every rating.
Nice.
Yeah, he went up and down a little bit there when he got closer to 1,000.
Gotcha.
But then he's been 1,000 rated since October of 2019.
Heck yeah. Well, he's got that going.
Yeah.
Good job.
I wish that it gave you people's birthdays on this. It like just seems crazy. You know?
Yeah.
I'm sure we could look him up on Instagram.
Probably.
He seems like a guy that's probably very social media active.
Probably. Do you have experience or?
No, I just his attitude. Just seems
okay.
like he would be like super.
He probably knows some people in the social medias.
The medias of social.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how new that course is that they played for the Belton.
Oh, he won a sword. It's not as sweet as my sword, so.
Oh shit.
Cool.
The course looks fucking awesome though.
Which course?
Belton. Out
Yeah.
in Belton,
He won
Texas.
a sword yet. That is, he did win a sword. That's amazing.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, he did really well at a tournament last year. I remember watching that. I just don't remember which one.
I don't remember.
I don't know he didn't win.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah, that course did look pretty sweet.
Yeah, like hole ones, whatever, and then the rest of the way is like pretty fucking awesome. And then they get to a, I don't remember what, I think it's hole 8 or 9. That's the par 5. That's 399 feet. And even like they get there, and in the coverage, Kevin Jones like, yeah, it's this hole, it's just not a good hole.
Yeah.
It's just not a good hole. Like, it's just say something nice, say something nice, say something nice. I hate this hole.
Yeah.
No, that's not how I thought about that going. Yeah, and then there was a bogey and 3 eagles, which I thought was hilarious. Under par by a lot with a bogey.
Yeah.
Sick.
3 Igales.
Seems lopsided.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a much more picturesque course than the last one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Waco.
real pretty. There was, again, front 9 hole. It's a par. I'm pretty sure it's a par 3. It's like 440 feet or something, and you're throwing like it's a slow hyzer, kind of downhill, like elevated tee or whatever. And then you got water on the right eventually, and then you have like a row of trees on either side, so you're like navigating this path through. I thought it was like a fucking amazing hole.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to play that. And then like I'd just love to play the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
It's just awesome. I wonder if Mike Olse had anything to do with it. I know he was like a course designer out there for a while. Like when I was out there, I'm
Mhm.
sure he's still out there. I've seen his name pop up here and there. Anyways, really cool course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the big guy's name?
Big guy?
Not Carlos. What's his name? Raul? No.
Raul.
Who's the guy when you played in Texas? Big dude. Bomber.
Oh, Ruben.
Ruben. Yeah,
Flip flops guy.
I wonder if Ruben played in the
Oh, probably not.
the Open it.
Yeah, I don't
Bowling.
think he really played tournaments or leagues. I think he was just the guy who enjoyed throwing stuff and figured out how to like throw it far, and that was like his jam.
He was out there just for the ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember trying to play with him one time. It's like, sweet, like you throw the disc far, you must be like pretty good or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like when it came to like, it was inside the circle, and even at the time I was like, this isn't a very far putt, and he just like biffed it like real hard.
Dumpster fire.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, because I remember again like Alex Downs was the first guy I seen as like a really good putter from outside the circle. I was like, oh, you can do that?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh geez.
Yeah, but you need 11-time red champion AVRs to do it.
Yeah.
For him, at least.
Champion AVRs?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They were all red, 11-time, like, big beat champion AVRs or whatever. Yeah.
Cheeseburger.
Cheeseburgers.
I had a big bead AVR
Yeah.
once. I bought it from what was the disc golf shop that was on the east side? Was it the disc golf shop?
Maybe. In St. Clair Shores
Yeah.
or whatever?
Yeah.
I think so.
I bought it. I went out there. They didn't have anything else I wanted. I was like, oh, I never threw a big bead AVR before. I got it. And then, like, I remember I took it to, like, firefighters or something, and I threw it. And I was like, cheeseburger. It's like, Jesus, this thing's fucking deep. Like, I like, my whole hand was in it. And I was like, oh, God, this is a lot. I think I asked you if you ever threw them, and you were like, no, I don't like them.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I get that.
Yeah, they're weird.
Yeah.
Some people like them.
Lot of glide.
Yeah.
Weird throw.
I'll try it again and see.
Lot of cheeseburger.
Yeah, I still have so many discs that I forgot that I like acquired or whatever. It's like
Yeah.
I remember that I thought I'd like this, and then I just never did. Like there's a White Leopard 3 that Kyle found
Mm-hmm.
when we were playing Stony one time, and I was just like, I'll take that because Kyle's not gonna throw it.
Yeah.
He's all trilogy or whatever, and I'm like, kind of feels like an FD. And then I threw it a couple times, and I'm like, yeah, it flies like a flippy FD kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will be sweet. It's in the car right now.
Yeah, I had a I'm trying to think. It's older than the Titanium Challenger.
Okay.
The Buzzo or the Nuke OS. That's like
Yeah.
OG.
Oh, the
OG.
one you were throwing
Yeah.
the Nico lines and stuff?
Yeah. So I took it out to Willow, hit a basket on the drive. I almost
Nice.
fucking got an ace. It was so
Oh,
close.
shit.
I was like, damn, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Flex forehand on the like little short forehand hole there. Just like put it out in the air, cut over, hit the fucking basket right below the rim. Almost.
So close.
So close.
Did you gouge it?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
It's a Nuke OS.
That's
it'd
true.
break the
yeah,
basket.
it has nothing to do with the plastic.
No.
Yeah.
Nuke OS. It'll break
Right.
the basket.
Nice.
Yeah. It'll
Good
be,
job.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basic. It could supplement for a 45-pound plate on a deadlift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah, easily.
Easily.
So just in case you needed some more weights, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of not needing more weights, Ryan Crowley.
Oh God.
He had a bench pressing accident
Yeah.
this week.
He
Tore it off.
yeah.
He just tore it off.
All the way.
Yeah. Like a Band-Aid. Sometimes it's best
Yeah.
just tear it off.
When I saw it,
Yeah.
I thought of okay. So you have a balloon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You fill up the balloon with like water,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're like holding it there, and then you needle it, and then
Mhm.
all that just contracts. That's all I saw
Yeah.
was his just pack just a giant water balloon that just snapped right off.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Where's all the fucking or whatever?" Like it just looked fucking toonish.
Yeah.
It was disgusting.
Yeah. It was like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I watched it again.
Yeah.
Just to be sure I saw what I saw.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I watched it 3 times when I first saw it, and then I've refused to watch it since. Like I've watched videos of like people reacting to it and whatever, but I just won't watch it.
Yeah.
It's just too much. Like I just don't
Really?
need that. Yeah. For a while, like I couldn't watch stuff with my knee. You know what I mean? Like I would watch stuff of like people's knees going and stuff because I just want to see like how it ranks compared to like what my knee has done.
yeah.
But then like after a while, after watching people's knees do enough fucked up stuff, like I just couldn't watch it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was like that. Like once I watched like the 3rd time, I was just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say you sat there and watched it 3 times, and then I watch it the one, and you're like, yeah, I don't know why you would want to watch that.
Yeah. I told you about it. And you're like, I want to watch it. I was like,
Oh yeah, because
And
I
then-
have no idea what it looks like
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It looks like it's here, and then it's all right here. And then he goes, no,
yeah,
no.
yeah,
Yes,
it's
he's
not.
walk it off, buddy. Walk it off. Yeah.
I wonder what he looks like now.
Purple and black. It's just
Oh.
fucking nasty. I saw a picture of it today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
They reattached
God.
it, right? The tendon to the bone. And
Ah.
yeah, it's just black. Like it's all fucking giant swollen here, and it's all literally just black. Like just straight black.
How do they reattach it?
The
Like,
tendon. I don't know.
Yeah.
Screw it down. Cadaver. They take like a cadaver tendon. I don't know.
what
But
the
it happens. People recover from it. Like he's
Yeah.
actually like, it's gruesome to watch, but he's better that it tore the tendon off the bone than had like the muscle torn.
Gotcha.
Because surgically repairing muscle is much more difficult than like reattaching a tendon to a bone.
Okay.
So it was kind of,
He's lucky.
yeah, he like for his
Yeah.
future to be able to like still be a bodybuilder and still do all that stuff.
Lucky.
He's lucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he probably learned a valuable lesson for millions of people,
Hopefully.
not just for him. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people. I've seen a lot of stuff about it since,
Yeah.
but I think a lot of people learned a valuable lesson.
Oh my God.
I watched a guy from West Side Barbell. Do you know about West Side Barbell?
It sounds really familiar.
There's a documentary called West Side versus the World. And
That
it's
also
like,
sounds really familiar. I
it-
think you told me about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's about like an
Anyways.
old school, like super crazy, like powerlifting gym.
Mhm.
And these guys are like all fucking jacked.
Yeah. This is
And
ringing some
lis-
bells.
lifting with bells. And I told you that one guy like snapped his patella, like
Mhm.
doing a deadlift or whatever the fuck it was, or
Yeah.
squat.
Yeah.
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 That's when I found out that if you like, you can snap your patella
doing a deadlift.
doing anything,
Yeah.
like squat or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
But anyways, this guy's from West Side Barbell, and he was talking about like different ways to bench press and like what not to do. He's like, so bodybuilders bench press with their elbows out
Mhm.
because they're never going max weight, and they're just doing more sets, and they're trying to target their chest, and they're doing like time under tension. So they're doing more and more reps with like 80%, even like 90% max. With their arms out like that, it's mostly pec. He's like, where if you're trying to lift weight, power lifter wise, you're all locked into your back. So your chest is contracted, your lats are contracted, and then your whole back is contracted, and you're getting a lot more push with your arms to drive it. Like most of the bench itself is going to come from your arms, from the drive, from your back, lats, all that. And then the chest and your front shoulders are like supporting the press, but they're not doing the press.
Yeah.
He's like, so it's two totally different things. When you're doing this wide out here, elbows out to the side, you're specifically trying to target your chest. He's like, that's not how powerlifters bench press.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like elbows out. Like their grip can be wide, but it's still like lower, and like what they're actually trying to do with their backs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The hardest bench to like really stabilize your back is incline,
Gotcha.
because you're sitting up, so it's like a weird thing. So it's just like anybody that, like, it seemed like how he was explaining, it was like, if you really know what the fuck's going on, that's the most likely place for that guy to do it.
Yeah.
1, because he's a bodybuilder, not a power lifter. 2, because he's working out with a power lifter. 3,
Larry Wheels.
because he's on an incline bench. You know, like, it was like, that's where that's going to happen. And
Yeah.
that's why. It's just like, ooh. So it's like,
Dude.
hopefully everybody learns from this, and like, this
Yeah.
isn't something that like people do.
I can still see it just like there, and then it like, and then shrivels off to the left.
Yeah. And then all the TikToks and all the whatever of like, before I watched that video how I'd bench, and this dude's like, bruh, and then afterward, and they're like,
No.
no,
Yeah.
not
The
me.
guy who puts like the blue 5-pound plates on or whatever.
Yeah, there's one where the guy
Yeah.
does like the like jogging, like neoprene wrapped dumbbells. You
Yeah.
know, they're like 3 pounds. He's like shaking, doing them. His buddy's spotting him. It's fucking hilarious,
He's got 2 people on each arm just in case.
dude. But Larry Wheels just grabbed that.
Yeah.
That's like the craziest part. Like, if that guy would have had anyone else, maybe not anyone else, but like, dude, Larry Wheels like fucking did like such a solid. Like that's a solid training partner.
Yeah.
One, you like just for him to be able to grab 485 pounds from falling on you is amazing. But two, like, dude, he was right on it.
Yeah.
Like the whole time he was talking to him, like, you got this, you okay, you got this, and then like the second the guy was like, no,
Yeah.
dude, he
Boom.
just fucking grabbed it.
Yeah.
Like I watched the video and like the guys on the side jump in and grab it after, but like
Yeah.
at first, like
Larry just had it.
Larry just grabs it.
Wasn't moving.
It's like holy fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
The dude's wild. Like I was exposed to him on Juji Mufu and Tom.
yeah,
Rest in peace. They're not gone
they're just
or
separated.
forgotten. Yeah, they're just separated.
It's complicated.
For a number of reasons, allegedly.
Complicated.
No idea.
Yeah.
I wish they would just fucking say it, but
Is it weird
He's-
that I want to fight Casey White in a sword fight?
no.
Like he can bring his trophy sword, and
Yeah.
then I
You'll
can
bring your real sword.
I can use my gladiator sword.
Yeah.
We can get into.
Do you
it.
dress like a gladiator? Covered
I
in
would.
baby oil?
I would at that point. Maybe I'd show up dressed like the Ultimate Warrior from WWF when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Face paint on, the like
Yes,
tassels around my
I think
biceps.
so. Yeah. Pure intimidation.
Shake the ropes, then just pull out my sword and fuck him up.
Yeah. Larry's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And he's bigger now. Because this was probably like 2 years ago when I first saw him on Juji Mufu. And they were still doing like wild shit on there.
Yeah.
And Juji was doing, for me at the time, like, holy shit. And then Larry's on there and I'm like, what the fuck? And then now seeing him now, he's just like, whoa,
Yeah.
so much bigger than before. It's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah.
The dude's a monster.
He's been optimizing his situation for 8 years straight.
Say what?
Yeah. Just
Really?
yeah. 8 years. He went and got some blood work done, and there's
Okay.
a video on him like going through his blood work,
Nice.
which is funny
Okay.
because the doctor that's going through it is like, oh yeah, that's good, that's fine, this is fine. Meanwhile, like Derek from More Plates for More Dates is like, that's not fine.
Yeah.
And Larry Wheel's like, good. I was worried about that, and the guy's like, oh yeah, no, it's totally fine.
Really?
Yeah, Derek's like, yeah, that's not fine, dude. You should get that checked out.
Oh
Like,
my God. Like
yeah.
what?
His cholesterol,
Okay.
and his blood pressure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or like way more than what
Just
they should
not
be.
way more, but definitely like in
It's
a
not right.
zone of like you should make sure that like,
Just in
this gets checked out and you
case.
stay on it.
Yeah. Wait, is your sword going to be the gladiator
no.
trophy? Sorry if you already said this in previous
It is not,
episodes.
but if
No.
we have enough people join Gladiator, we could easily get a sword
Yeah.
as the trophy.
Yeah. Which
Because
would be
I
sweet.
got this from Sabersmith, which I think is like the best sword maker in the state of Michigan.
Mhm. How much was that?
This was the nicest one that they had.
Okay.
So this was, I think, like $500.
Okay.
I think it was like all right. So the guy, I went to the Renaissance Festival. I remembered
Yeah.
it being fun.
Yeah.
I went to the Renaissance Festival. It was not. Yeah. My you call this music came out while I was there. And I was like, this is just like a bunch of fucking dorks trying to bang each other.
Yeah.
Like it's just awful.
Yeah.
Like the energy there is like, for me,
mm-hmm.
dude, I'm not like, whatever. That's
Yeah.
your shit. That's your shit. The energy there while I was there was like super awkward. Like just like the most socially awkward thing,
Mm-hmm.
period. Like these people are like coming by and like pretending they're not an actor.
Yeah.
Like I'm involved in some kind of like, I guess, role play situation, but you're not like part of the attraction. You're just here to role play.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking at you in the eye as an adult, like,
It's like a big
All right, dude.
congregation for like LARPing. Kind
yeah,
of.
but they're
You
not
okay?
fighting. Like
Are we gonna die?
no, we're good.
Okay.
But like the LARPing, at least I could watch some like stuff go down.
Yeah.
This is just
lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. You're
Hey,
dead.
milady.
I killed you.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Nuh-uh.
I was eating a
Mom.
I was eating a chicken leg or a turkey leg or whatever it was, which was the thing I was like mostly. I went to get a sword. That's the only reason I
Okay.
went, and get a turkey leg.
Yeah.
Turkey leg was dry. So I was ready, like, are you fucking kidding me? And then while I'm eating the turkey leg, like the parade came through, and then all these people were like in my space, and then like interact me in this way of where I'm just like, do I smile at you? Am I just like, oh, like I don't even know like how to respond. It's just so awkward. I'm like watching the shows is cool. Like I was watching the
Yeah.
shows, and even ones that were lame, I'm like, well, cool. Like you worked out this show with your buddy. You guys do this. You set up here. This is how you make money. Like cool, awesome. I'm in. People
Mhm.
walking on stilts and throwing knives and stuff. But they're just random like people cruising through. Like I don't know. I just don't know how to respond.
Yeah.
Like oh blah 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 blah, and I'm like, yeah, cool, all right. So anyways, we walked
Yeah.
around, and there's like 3 sword swordsmiths there. And so we went to one, it was whatever. Then we went to another, it was whatever. And then we went to this one, Sabersmith, and they had the best swords. So I was literally just like, I just want your best sword. Like, I'm never fucking coming back here again.
Yeah.
Like,
You got one chance to
I've
sell
waited-
me on
yeah,
the
I've
best.
waited my whole life. Like, I've always wanted. I used to collect knives when I was a kid, like from young.
Yeah.
I was like, I've always wanted a sword. I've never had one. I'm here to get one. This is like a lifelong thing coming true.
Yeah.
I don't need to collect swords, so this is going to be it. So I'm just going to get like the nicest sword that they got. That's reasonable, because
Yeah.
you could easily spend like, thousands of dollars on a sword.
Yeah.
So it was about
Real quick, what's the most you spent on a knife when you were collecting?
most valuable knife I had. Probably like around $300.
Okay.
I'd say. There's some Gil Hibben knives that I had made by Gil Hibben. That were like relatively expensive. But yeah,
Gotcha.
depending on like like what level of knife you're getting. Yeah, you could easily drop $300 on like a decent knife.
Yeah, I was curious because that, like, our mutual friend who also is into knives, that's like a cheap knife.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, which is fucking wild to me. Like,
Yeah.
when because I still have one of his shittier ones. I think it was like $75. Is a butterfly knife, just because like it helps my dexterity and get kind of like the weirdness out. But feeling the difference between like the $20 one you could get at 17 in Mount Plaza versus an $800 one, I would like, as not knowing how to do like the tricks and stuff that he knows how to do and like my little things, is like, I bet I can tell like that much of a difference. There's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Like fucking wild. And not even just for like cutting shit, just to like how it works, the mechanics and whatever. It's crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to a lot of gun and knife shows as a kid. Like when I was in high school, I
Mhm.
did a lot of the Gibraltar Trade Center gun and knife shows.
Yeah.
And
Yes, Ben, that guy.
the like people that were there that made knives,
Mm-hmm.
totally different. Where we used to go camping all the time, there was a guy that had like a permanent trailer there. He was a snowbird or whatever it's called. He had like a place in Florida and then a trailer up here for the summertime.
Okay.
So he'd come up here, and the lake that we had, like that we would camp at, like had great fishing.
Gotcha.
But he made knives. That's what he did for retirement. He retired and made knives. His knives, like started at like $600. But he went from
Really?
like a piece of metal to like a knife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he did.
Which I'd love
the
to
whole thing.
do.
Yeah.
Because there's channels on YouTube I watch. Like, that's kind of what I've been going to sleep to lately. There's Ticey Tube, who does restorations, like Blackbeard Projects, that does a bunch of cool shit. I had one that I really wanted to watch last night. I fell asleep like within the first 30 seconds of it, where he makes like a dovetail hatchet thing that in the end looks fucking sweet. I have no idea how it's made yet. And then the only other thing I want is to build like some cutting boards. I'm a big fan of cutting boards. I don't know why. I've always liked like working with wood and whatever. So like when we go over to your shop and stuff, like I'm excited to like do whatever. And like I do want to try stuff, but I also understand like I don't want to be responsible for you fucking yourself up.
Me.
No, you saying that to me.
Oh.
The last time, because I was like, oh, it'd be sweet to like try that. And you're like, yeah, I don't want you to fuck yourself. But
Yeah.
it was also the crazy planer, whatever the fuck it's called.
The joiner.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dicey.
Yeah. Planer's real safe because
Yeah.
it just rolls the board through
Yeah.
itself. Yeah.
The
The
other-
joiner.
That
Yeah.
one. Yes.
It's also trying to get it accurate because you have to like specifically apply pressure in a certain way. Otherwise, you keep you get, I forget what it's called, but it's basically like you get gouges at the ends and then it fucks up, and then you eventually like plane into a wedge
Gotcha.
or join into a wedge. You don't get the 90, like you're trying to create a 90 degree.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep doing that, you just get to create a wedge. If
Gotcha.
you don't do it right.
Makes logic.
Yes.
So,
but
anyways, the sword.
yeah, so I went and then I was like, this is the best one. So the sword itself, right? This guy, it's like a 29-inch blade.
Mm-hmm.
And then it had the scabbard. And the guy's like, and I was like, well, how much for that? And he was like, $450.
Is it sharp, or is
yeah,
it just
it's
okay?
sharp. It's sharp. It's sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not as
I
sharp.
trust you.
Yeah, it's not as sharp as it possibly could be, but like if you ran your thumb across it, it would definitely cut you. No
Yeah.
problem.
Gotcha.
But I was like, oh, is that including the scabbard? And he said, yeah. And I was like, okay. So I went up to the front, went to pay, and then she was like 500 and whatever. And I was like, yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, the guy told me it was $450 with the scabbard.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, the scabbard's like $75. The sword is $450. And I was like, well, let me just grab the guy real quick.
Yeah.
So he came over and he's like, yeah, I told him that it was that.
Okay.
And she said, like, okay. She's like, that's fine. She's like, and then you could just see her like super pissed at that dude.
Really?
Yeah. And then I was like, well, I'll split it. I'll split it with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, I don't ever want to try to screw somebody on price on something that they handmade.
Yeah.
Because like doing carpentry work or any of the stuff I've ever done,
Yeah.
it's always like, well, I can't believe that it's that much money. It's like, okay, well, do you know how much fucking time it takes to do that?
Right.
And then the equipment that I have to buy to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the same thing. Like, I don't want to like be like, hey, I got, it's not like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's like this dude made this.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be like, I got it as cheap as possible.
Yeah. Like that's the one.
Yeah.
One
like
of
that,
one.
Yeah. That dude
Yeah.
made it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll split it with you. So I got whatever, $37.50 off of the scabbard.
Okay.
And she was super pumped. I was super pumped. They were super pumped. I was like, cool.
Sweet.
Feel good.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to get the fuck
Yeah.
to my truck and get out of there.
I'd love to go back to the Renaissance Festival just to see, because I think the last time I was there, I think I was like not even 10 probably, or some shit. I remember going up, was it Jacob's ladder, or what's the ladder that's on like one pivot point on each end that you have to be balanced? Yeah, I tried doing it. One guy like did it before me, and I was like, I could do that because he went up really fast, and I was like, oh, that's the secret. And it's like, yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I went. I don't know how long ago it was that I went, but I went with my uncle, and it was different. I had like a decent time, but this time, like when I went, I was just like, dude, I'm never doing this again. It's just too awkward. It's so fucking awkward for me.
Yeah.
Like if there's some way I could wear like an outfit that was like, stay the fuck away from me. You know what I mean? Like it's not the right attitude to have going there because you're just surrounded by people.
Leviathan, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, stay the fuck away from me, weirdo. But I was just thinking, like, these are like drama kids. Like I was in plays when I was in high school, so it's not like I wasn't in drama. But like, yeah, I don't know, whatever. I'm trying to be more positive in my old age, but I was just like, dude, your dad hates you. Like whatever.
Can you guys just go to the tent and bang it out?
On
like,
this, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not even. Don't you just want to be better than this? But I found something out today, which I thought was really interesting. I was listening to something on my phone while I was working at Casey's house. Lex Friedman, do you know who that is?
The name sounds really familiar.
So he's on Joe Rogan quite a bit,
Okay.
and then he has his own podcast.
Okay.
So he does a podcast on like artificial intelligence. He's working on AI.
Oh.
He always wears like a suit with the black tie.
Yes.
Looks like he's about to be going Reservoir Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he works at like MIT.
Yeah, he's
like
Mr. Turquoise.
Super fucking genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had these guys on, and they were talking about this group of people and then like a study that had come out basically saying that like American men, like as a rule, like the natural production of testosterone that exists in their bodies and then their sperm count is like tanked as a generation goes by.
Okay.
So like your age group and like below you, like slightly below your age group
Yeah.
would be like crippled as far as testosterone and sperm count goes compared to like my grandfather's age group.
Really?
Yeah. Which I found to be really interesting.
Why? Like, so your grandfather
Yes.
has quadruple.
Not quadruple, but significant.
Significantly
Significant, yes.
more.
Yes.
Okay.
Testosterone
Why?
and sperm count. So then that's the question of like why. So they were postulating just some absolute fucking nonsense to me.
Okay.
Which was like, okay, so you have women on birth control.
Yeah.
They piss into a toilet. The water gets like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gets back to drinking water. So your drinking water is like in some way tainted with like estrogen.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking like most people don't consume tap water at this point.
Yeah.
I would think. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people do, or it's through a Brita or, like whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's really like a big thing. Like consume. And then it's like, what's the oral activity of that? You know what I mean? Like if I'm consuming, like if somebody eats birth control pills, their body processes it. They're not pissing out birth control pills.
Yeah.
They're pissing out whatever their body breaks down the birth control pills to be. So then if I consumed that, is it like me consuming estrogen? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know the scientific value of that. And I don't know, like, I was surprised because they weren't like, well, the study shows. Instead, it showed that, like, the studies show that fish, because of all the stuff in the water, like, fish have, like, mutated from male to female based on all the hormones and shit in the water supply.
Okay.
Like, that is a thing, which I was
Gotcha.
like, oh, okay.
Wild.
Cool. That's crazy. And then they were talking about, like,
Is that why seahorses are both genders or
no,
whatever?
seahorses have always been like that. This is about like bass, like largemouth bass. They were saying like
Yeah.
they went to all these different river basins and tested and whatever, and like basically it was just nuts, like how many bass in all these areas had like mutated to either be both sexes or actually mutated from one to the other.
That's
like
crazy.
in the female way.
How long do you think? Did they talk about how long that takes to do
No,
something? It
no, it's just kind of
happened.
a phenomena.
Yeah.
And then I was just thinking of like, well, yeah, you know, it's one of the things again of, you know, we live in this like crazy developed world and we pay twice as much for healthcare as like the next 5 countries do. And yet we have the 45th highest life expectancy on the globe.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking like,
I forgot we talked about
yeah.
that.
And then I was also thinking of like all the stuff, like all of the like FDA and all the industry and everything else. Like there's so many things that we consume that are illegal in other countries
Yeah.
just due to capitalism and like shady, like, you know, whatever, like the stuff that people do to keep stuff legal. Like Roundup is still legal in the United States and
Yeah.
really nowhere else in the world because
Mhm.
it's so known to commit like or like to create cancer.
Yeah.
Uh,
What is it that's in there?
I don't know the name of the
Okay.
compound, but what kills the weeds gives
Yeah.
you cancer for sure.
Yeah.
Non-lymphoma Hodgkin's,
Nice.
or non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like for sure. Guaranteed. Still legal. No problem. But then like food
Oh my
colorings, we have
God.
food colorings, same shit. Food colorings that are not legal anywhere else, they're legal here.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What the?
We have a
fuck?
bunch of stuff because then those people just get lobbyists and then they just block stuff from getting passed. And
Mhm.
then they're like, "Oh, okay, cool." It's our government protecting you. But yeah, so anyway, so our water
Yeah.
supplies in the United States like turn fish from male to female. But they were also saying like, well, plastics and the plastic bottles that people use and like this other stuff and whatever, you know, like can contribute to it. And it was basically like, yeah, that's part of it. But the other part of it is just like straight lifestyle.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And like diet. And basically getting into like actual overall physical activity and then like eating habits, sleeping habits and all that.
Mhm.
And like how does that contribute to it? So basically like if you don't sleep solid sleep, like 8 hours a day, at least 6 hours a day, but 6 to 8 hours a day, your natural testosterone production will tank because your body like just starts to run into stress. And your testosterone is made from cholesterol, and cholesterol either breaks down into testosterone or it breaks down into cortisol.
Okay.
Cortisol is a stress response. If you're not getting enough sleep, your body goes into stress response.
I see.
So just create more cortisol and less testosterone. The other thing is diet. If you're just eating a shitty diet,
So talk about all the time isn't good for you?
it's not. Well, it's worse than that. It's like sitting
Yeah.
and eating like bags of Cheetos.
Ah.
Yes,
Gotcha.
inactivity,
Yeah.
terrible for your testosterone.
Yeah.
So when you're on that like 36-hour Fortnite bender,
Yeah.
eating chips, not sleeping, you're just killing your testosterone.
Yeah.
So it's basically like that stuff
Gotcha.
of like the way like that life is lived now as a male versus life is lived. It was crazy because it was even like 10 years before you. Like my age group tests significantly better in testosterone and sperm count than your age group,
Yeah.
which is like we're what 10 years, 11 years apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, okay, cool.
What the fuck?
Like it's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah,
I haven't checked him out. I'm sure there's still so many podcasts that like I still haven't listened to Bill Burr's thing.
yeah,
Like, and I love it the couple times that we've just heard his advice, and like his wife's on there too and everything. I think is great. And then like Joe Rogan, I'm just frustrated that Rogan's isn't like it's on YouTube but not. Like,
yeah.
he's got all the clips on there, but the full thing is just only on Spotify because it's absolutely free. instead of just free.
Right. You got to make sure you know the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I just like, the last one that I remotely watched was when Elon was on there again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like weird about shit, but he's also just a weird guy
Yeah.
and works a lot.
He's got some sweet kid names too. His kids' names are awesome.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Fighter emoji sign.
Yeah. But he's a fucking genius. Like,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I was also thinking, like, today specifically, because we're back.
Mm-hmm.
We're back at, like, things in the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
We might have to jump in again.
Yeah.
Bad people are doing bad things over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we might intervene. Like, it's like, I'm neither a Republican or a Democrat, but there's one thing. Like, if you're gonna have a Democrat in office, we're gonna find wars to get into. Like, it's just it's part of their thing. Like, let's get into wars and do stuff for oil companies, and the price of oil goes up and whatever. It is what it is. But we're starting it. We're starting, like, let's go. But I was thinking, like, the electric car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he could be the person to, like, really change the dynamic of the world the most by just, like, figuring out how to actually, like, engineer and popularize an electric car.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, like, the power that creates the electric energy that charges the batteries can come from any number of things. It doesn't have to come from oil.
Yeah.
So, like, you can then, like, this whole crazy region of the world that literally just exists in wealth because they have oil, if all of a sudden everybody, like, doesn't really need their oil, then what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just for us as a country, like, the amount of military intervention that we have in oil countries is it fucking insane. And it's because, like, people are whatever they're doing. Meanwhile, you have the genocide in China that we talked about, and there's another genocide in Myanmar going on that's, like, created the giant, like, the biggest refugee camps in the world.
Really?
Yeah. And, like,
Oh my God.
you never hear on that on the news. Why?
Yeah.
Because they don't have any fucking oil over there.
Yeah.
It's just people being, executed.
Yeah.
We don't have a problem with that. I mean, that's
Yeah.
not, like, if they had
I mean,
oil.
that sucks, but, like, we need oil.
That sucks, but, like, money.
Yeah.
So, but I was thinking, like, of Elon, and I was like, dude, if you, like, cool. So then GM and all these other, like, they have the electric Mustang and all these cars now. And I was just thinking, like, there's this big thing to, like, push all vehicles to be electric and, like, whatever. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm 42. We've got whatever's going to go on for the next 4 or 8 years of, like, oh, they're fighting over there. We should get involved. Let's do all this other shit. But okay, so in, like, 12 years, are there going to be enough electric cars that, like, we can just stop bullshitting around and, like, getting involved in wars in the Middle East so that we can, like, deal with oil? Like, then what are we going to do? Like, all of a sudden is, like...
We need conflict there.
Well, that's it. So that's then what?
We
Like,
need it.
Like, what are the windiest countries in the world? Are we going to have to go fight over there? Like, the Netherlands and all their windmills
for their
are in danger.
wind-powered stuff or whatever. We want your wind.
Oh, my
we
God.
We need your wind.
Yeah.
Or you can't have it. How are you going to... It's ours. We're taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wonder. I just wonder how all that stuff works.
Yeah. I'm excited. I remember my dad talking about electric cars being like the shit, because we used to have little RC cars that are awesome, and electric cars would always just be faster. There was a guy who lived down the road, like around the bend or whatever, who was into the same shit, and like I'd always want to like race him, but his car would always like destroy mine. But he eventually was like, yeah, electricity is just faster. You're never going to beat mine, especially with the type of car you have. I have a street car running on electricity. You have like a trophy truck that's meant for like jumps and stuff and whatever. So like in and out of quarters fast, whatever, but it's not just like full tilt straight line. I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then talking to my dad where he's like, yeah, I'm just excited for like an electric car. And then he never did it, but he drives around it in an old like 94 Integra or something that I learned to drive stick on, that my little sisters are
I love the Integra.
Yeah, I love it too.
One of my favorite cars.
Yeah, I think it's great. He's had so many people offer like weird amount of monies for it, and he's just like, no, I don't like, I'm going to take that money and buy another car. So that seems kind of fucking useless. And two, I love this car. Yeah. Even though it looks like now basically a dumpster fire, still drives great. Still, like, it's got this weird leathery smell on the inside that I can still, like, I can smell it now. Yeah. And trigger it, and it's like, I love it, whatever. And then It was my stepmom's, one of her, like, I think the first car she bought, and she fucking hates it. Last time I was there, she's like, fucking hate driving
It's
this
still
thing.
alive.
This thing, yada, yada, yada. And my dad, like, I don't know why your dad won't whatever with it, but he loves it, so I guess I get it. It's hilarious. But they had, like, electric parks for it at some point, but he never, like, went through with it because it wasn't, like, a developed thing. But he's always been, like, stoked about it. And they were going to get on the wait list for the Tesla, but they needed a car then. And it was like a 2.5 year wait list at the time. And they're like, well, we need a car now. So they got an Audi instead, which is super fucking nice. I'd love to drive a Tesla. It would be fucking sweet. And then Ken Block drove Ford's electric race car at one point. I don't know if you randomly have seen that on YouTube at some point. But yeah, he's driving around one of his cars or some shit. And then they're talking about the new, I think it was a Focus they made it out of. And then he test drove that. It's crazy because you don't hear the car. You just hear the tires squealing everywhere.
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, this is insane. Like, compared to, like, everything else that I've driven, like, it's up there in, like, the top 3. Like, easily. And it's not, like, fine-tuned, this and that. There's still a bunch of work to be done. Like, they even went to lengths of not showing the engine, like covering parts of the engine like they would a new car with all the crazy decals so you can't see the lines or whatever they did in there because they were like, yeah, we can't really talk about this because that's like the stuff.
Yeah. We can't let out the stuff.
Yeah. It looks fucking wild.
Yeah, I'm just interested. Like the big thing with the electric car is cobalt, like the mining of cobalt, and then like how much cobalt is there. You know what I mean? And like where do we end up with that? Yeah. And then trying to figure out other ways because the actual battery to run a Tesla or any of the like electric cars actually like just comes down to cobalt. Yeah. You know, and then you have like China and their like soulless mining of cobalt. Yeah. Like whatever. So it's trying like then you're gonna get back into the thing of like, you know, like blood diamonds and stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're gonna come down to cobalt. Like, are you gonna buy a car that has like responsibly sourced cobalt, or are you just gonna buy the car that you can afford? Yeah. And then how does that work? And what is that? You know, global economy and whatever. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see, but I think it'll be great to like pull the rug out from underneath like a giant, you know, like bunch of people. Like disc golf wise, it's like those guys that were sitting on all the fucking CE. Yeah. They're like, no, 150 for this Firebird. And then like within a year, it's like, maybe you'll get 70 for it. Yeah, maybe. I got this Paul Macbeth thing that got made 18 hours ago. That's what I want to spend all my money on. Yeah. Yes. Stimmy money came in. Dan texted me because he got his stimulus in. He was like, got my stimulus in. What do I do? Do I, what was it? Do I get more putters? Do I get a billion bees? Or do I buy 2 Paul Macbeth buzzes? I don't know. Yeah, it's a real hard call. I did advise him, like, maybe get some putters, which he did. Why doesn't he get a cart? He has one. He has. What cart does he have? I picked it up from Dakota. This is the reason why I have the red cart now. Yeah. Is because I bought for Dan Dakota's old backpack cart from Zuka. Yeah. Because it was just sitting there or whatever. So Dan. I have to take a break. Okay. Be right back. I just got attacked. What were we talking about? And I forget. We're back. Nailed it. I don't know, but we had gone from back all the way to the sword thing. So yeah, I got that sword. It was $450. Got the scabbard for 50% off. I got out of there for less than $500. Did you ever go back to the Renaissance? I never went back. Nice. But for Gladiator, if we want to do a sword for the prize money, we could easily do one. And I think that you can get like a full-size jammy jam like this, just not as detailed as this and not like the way that this is. For more probably basic. For like $300. Okay. You know what I mean? Or right around there. And if we wanted to do that, then we could also like get it engraved and whatever. We would just make sure that it's a much better sword than this guy got. Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Also, what if it was like a shield?
Not a
Like,
sword.
Yeah, instead of a sword, or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
A shield, I think, would be sweet too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
know. Either way,
Like,
thoughts,
if
thoughts
I
and
won,
things.
I'd rather have a shield because I already have a sword.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a sword, I think you'd rather have a sword.
I'd rather have
than
a shield just because it's like a big frisbee. I could use it to go ace hole 18 Stony Blue
With a shield.
Yeah. Oh man. I think a nicely done wooden sword would work fine though. No.
Yeah, we could do it.
Intermission should play at double speed. No. Yeah, I mean, I guess Captain America style, but also fuck that.
I got hit in the head with a sword at a disc golf course. I went to the hospital.
Really?
Yeah, my buddy. Remember, I was at Coldbrook?
Dan?
No,
No.
I was at Coldbrook. And I was going to Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
Sandy told me, this is when I was working in horses. Sandy told me, call me when you get there. I said, okay, I will.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
And then I went to Coldbrook, played, got distracted, played like 2 rounds, got done, got to the parking lot. This is before they switched it around. Got to the parking lot, and then I was standing in the parking lot, and my buddy, who I knew he was one of my really good friends, but I didn't know at the time, had pulled like his sword from the Renaissance Festival out of the trunk of his car to show someone else. He was standing back to back with me, and then the other guy was like, hey, can you do anything with that sword? And my buddy's like 6'1", 215, all fucking muscle, looks like Rocky Balboa. And then just started like flipping the sword around, doing all these tricks, and then like came up high, and it came right across my temple and literally just knocked me off my feet into the air. And then, yeah, I hit the fucking dirt, put my hand on my head. I saw a giant flash, felt it, and then I was on the ground. And then I put my hand on my head, and there was just fucking blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Like crime scene everywhere. And then I looked up at my buddy, and he was like white as a ghost. He's like, oh my God. And I was so pissed.
Wasn't this the guy who eventually you were like, dude, if you hurt me again?
Yeah, this that weekend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he did that. I had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
I had to get a tetanus shot. They had to staple my head back together, and then they wrapped it up, and it looked like I had gotten a lobotomy. And Jesus. From Coldbrook, I went directly to Bell's. Well, I went to the hospital. Then
Do you have a scar from it?
Yeah.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. I went from the Coldbrook to the hospital, back to Coldbrook to get my car, directly to Bell's, bought a half barrel of Two Hearted Ale, went to Meyer.
What's a half barrel? Like half a
It's
keg?
No, it's
okay.
a big keg is a half barrel.
Gotcha.
Small keg is a quarter barrel.
Okay.
So I got the half barrel, $210.
I'm learning stuff.
I think it was like $210. Whatever the fuck it was. And then went to the Munchie Mart and got some ice, and then had a party. My buddy Jeremy, who's going to stand up to my wedding, came home because I was staying at his house, and he's like, dude, what the fuck happened to your head? He thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
Like I was like playing the part of like having a lobotomy.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, fucking Phil hit me in the head. Oh, I didn't want to say his name. Damn it.
it.
Phil hit me in the head with a sword.
I can take it out if you want.
No, it's fine. I
Okay.
don't care. Hit me. I don't even know if he's still alive. But
Really?
Yeah.
You haven't looked him up or anything?
I can't find him anywhere.
Really?
Yeah, and I haven't talked to him probably in 2 decades.
No shit.
So I was like, yeah, Phil hit me in the head with a sword. I had to go to the hospital. I got 4 staples. And then I got a keg. So we're having a party. And there was like 30 people at his house when he got home. He's like, cool. I was like, yeah. So then I went to go walk down to get some barbecue food from Ed, who had the barbecue pit. And as we were walking down, Phil's like, I'm really sorry hitting the head with the sword, man. And I was like, yeah, dude, it's all right. You know, like, whatever. And then he gave me a hug and like squeezed me. He was like, I'm sorry. And then broke 2 of my ribs, hugging me.
Dude.
And I like fucking like swatted him off me. And I was like, dude, you just broke 2 of my ribs for sure.
Yeah.
Like guaranteed.
Had you broken ribs before?
Yeah, previously.
Okay.
I got
So that's how you knew.
I got undercut when I coached basketball by this kid on my team that I coached that I couldn't stand.
Okay.
And I just lost it.
Yeah.
Totally lost it. Ball came off the rim. I jumped up, 2-handed dunk, dunked it, and then it was like not over him, but next to him. And then he like undercut my legs. So my legs swung out from underneath me. I came off the rim and landed flat on my back.
Oh.
Stood up. It took me like 3 minutes to catch my breath.
Oh my god.
And then I just walked over to him and I was like, I don't even know why you would do that. But
Yeah.
I'm sure you can assume what the penalty's going to be.
Yeah.
Like, I said, I don't care if we were playing against our biggest rival. Like, you never do that to anybody,
Yeah.
much less your coach who decides whether you play or not.
Yeah.
Just seems dumb. And I was like super pissed.
Oh my God.
He rode the pine. Big time. He was a bench star after
He
that.
rode the pine?
Yeah, that's what it's called when you sit on the bench.
Oh, okay.
Riding the pine.
Gotcha.
It's like a pine board.
I see.
So anyways, when Phil did it, I was familiar with that.
Yeah.
So then I walked back in the house, and I was super pissed. And I was like, Jeremy, you're never going to believe this. Like, Phil just fucking, like, squeezed me so hard it, like, cracked 2 of my ribs. Like, I felt it.
Yeah. Like,
He's
didn't
like,
he just
"Man."
lobotomize you? Yeah.
I was like, dude, do you have a ace bandage? And so he, like, Jeremy wrapped me up. I was sitting there, and then I went outside, and Phil was like, dude, I'm so sorry. And he lived, like, literally, like, in the house, like, behind Jeremy's house. And I was like, dude, just don't fucking touch me. And I was like, I'm going to tell you what, like, I'm okay. But if you hurt me for, like, the next 3 days at all, we're just not going to be friends anymore. And then it was like 3 hours later, he went to go shoot like a bottle cap to Jeremy, who was sitting next to me, and it like went right off course and hit me like right in the eye. And like right when it hit me in the eye, I just like covered my hand, and he literally just stood up and walked out and went home. And I was like perplexed. I was so perplexed. I was like,
But what are the odds of that though? I don't like
yeah.
how not the sword swinging.
Mm-hmm.
Because that could easily have been like, all right, look at this. Like,
Yeah.
look at me go.
Yeah.
And then the squeezing, like, I don't know how much bigger he is than you, but I would imagine, like.
At that point, he outweighed me by 40 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, even being,
pounds.
like, a jacked guy, like, when I go to squeeze people, like, I know I'm stronger or whatever, but not, like, I'm still not trying to, like, crush you like into me. Like I'll get a good squeeze and I got you. That's it. I'm not gonna go anymore.
Yeah.
Like, even if like I could, like, look how strong I am. I can break you.
Yeah.
So with that, I get it. And then like the bottle cap is like, dude, you got to be fucking kidding. Like him. Like there's the odds of all that.
Yeah.
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 At least for me, that's how I think of it.
Yeah. I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah.
That's dude. Because I had clearly stated, like, I don't care if you have to treat me like a cream puff.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I just can't. You just can't hurt me.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it, dude. 2 strikes, right? We're good. We can
Yep.
just move forward.
Yeah.
3 strikes, we're gonna have a real problem.
Yeah.
It was literally like within, like the same night. And
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah. I don't know how long I didn't talk to him for like a couple months though. I was literally like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
'Cause I had to
Will
go
you
back-
eventually talk to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he made it right with me.
Yeah.
So.
How do you do that?
How do you make it right with me?
Yeah. What do you do?
I don't
How
know if I
much
wanna
beer
say.
did- okay.
No, it was like he. Yeah, I don't know.
Out for a good night.
He squared it up with
Okay.
me. We squared it up.
Nice.
It was fine. Yeah, it was fine. It was good. But yeah, I remember that. Like I called my mom from the hospital, and I was like, "Hey,"
Which time?
with the sword.
Okay.
And I was like, "Sorry, I forgot to call you when I got to come." She's like, "Oh, that's okay." She's like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Actually, I'm at the hospital." Yada. And she's like, "What happened?" And I was like, "Phil hit me in the head with a stick."
Yeah.
She's like, "So why are you at the hospital?" I was like, "Oh, it cut me."
Yeah.
She's like, "He hit you with a stick and it cut you?" And I was like, it's kind of a thing. I was like, I don't really want to get into it, like, because I didn't want them at the hospital, like the nurse, to hear like, this guy hit me in the head with a sword, because I didn't know if like then they would call the police.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah.
Aramis drove us to the hospital. I almost punched Aramis in the face while holding a towel to my head, bleeding profusely while he was driving.
Really?
Yeah, because he just started driving like a jackass.
Oh, I think I remember you telling me.
And I said,
Yeah.
dude, I'm fine. Don't use my injury as an excuse to act
Yeah.
like an asshole. Drive
Yeah.
normal, and we'll
Oh
be
yeah, because
fine.
he was freaking out or some shit.
No, I think he
getting
was
there.
just,
Or no?
I think he was just trying to use it. I think like he was using it as an excuse to like drive crazy, thinking that if we got pulled over, he would be able to tell the cop like, "Oh, my buddy, like my buddy's bleeding, so we're hurrying to the hospital."
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was trying to
my
like he was
God.
like squealing around corners and like just driving like a jackass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I've always wanted to do this. or
No, but it just
something.
seemed like really like, and I just told him, I was
Yeah.
like, don't use this as an opportunity to like think that you have a pass to drive like an asshole.
Yeah.
And then he kind of toned it down. And then I told him, I don't know what he did, but I was basically like, dude, I'll drive myself.
Yeah.
Like, it won't that be sad that like I had to drive myself, but I will.
Yeah.
And he
Like,
just kind of
come on.
kind of drove me. Whatever. It was what it was.
Quick break. Let me see what's going on real quick.
Okay.
Video's being weird. We still have audio, which is importante.
Redmond says he lost audio.
have something on here called a waiting endpoint, and I've never seen that before.
Do you think it's the new cable?
No, it was just working. Oh, hey, we're back. Yeah, I don't know why we just lost audio, but when I joined, or when we were joining, it was, instead of saying video connected, it said awaiting endpoint. So we Gucci now.
The end is near.
Yeah, nigh. So might be. Oh, it's my fault.
What you want to be?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody know me.
So yeah, tomorrow I have like a specific point. I don't know how much time I will have in terms of work tomorrow. But it'll get to a point where I'm either like where I'm just waiting for stuff to dry. So I might be able to do a little bit of something tomorrow. I just don't know what time.
Okay. Are you talking like disc golfing or something?
Yeah, or just something.
Okay.
Because I got all the drywall is up, and then I got the insulation up, and I got the stuff I needed to put around the window up. So I'm ready now to put up the cement board.
Mm-hmm.
Once I put up the cement board, then I can put on the first thing of joint compound for the drywall, and then the thin set for the joints for the cement board. And then once all that's up, it has to dry. And then the next day I can go put waterproofing on, take a break, put waterproofing back on, and then do the joint compound again for the drywall.
Hell yeah.
So tomorrow, once I get done putting on joint compound and thin set, there's nothing else I can do.
So are you going to there first?
I think I'm going to go there first tomorrow because
Okay.
I want to have that stuff have as much time as possible to dry.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be able to like get to, because tomorrow is Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can get all that there, then waterproof Thursday, 2 rounds on Thursday, I could still get it done by Sunday.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I want to
Nice.
get over there early tomorrow and get started on that so I can get that done.
Hell
I couldn't cut the cement board today because of the fucking the haze
Yeah.
from cutting the Hardy backer board.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just-
probably still lingering
It's
down
probably still
there or
there.
something.
It was
Like, you go
crazy.
like smack it around a little.
Did I
Like could you draw like a happy fit? Like you do like one eyeball, another eyeball, and then like the
just
smiley.
in space?
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't cut it. I set my phone down face up. I hadn't cut it in like 45 minutes, and then I was downstairs like moving stuff around, getting the 2x4 pieces together because I got to put like some sister studs in the wall and whatever. And then when I picked up my phone, it like the screen was like had like a light dusting on it,
Yeah.
and I was like, that's still from shit that's in the air. Like
Oh
I was
my
wearing
God.
a mask and everything.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, dude, this is like I don't know why it's just, but it was nasty.
That's wild.
Yeah, it just smelled like burnt. It was just bad. I was like, "Ugh."
Something burning. Like worse than burning hair.
No,
No.
no, it's like a really weird smell.
Okay.
The yeah, it's just a weird smell.
Yeah.
Is
I trust you.
is what it is. So how do you feel right now on the bag that you're using? Is it the bag that you're going to stick with for the year? Do you feel like you got your set up already?
Yeah, I think I have multiples of everything that I'm looking for the most part.
Yeah.
And still like just accumulating more of like the high speed destroyer-esque type discs that are stable, overstable, some like boomer ones or whatever.
Yeah.
At some point I'm probably going to hit you up like, what do you want for these destroyers or something? But
Yeah.
like even like I don't necessarily need them because again, there's like stuff I've acquired where it's like I forgot I even got that. So I think one of my next steps is like getting a couple bins and then just like putting all the stuff that I want to throw in there and then just have like distance drivers, fairway, so on and so forth.
Do you have a toolbox?
Yeah, I have one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have one full sleeve of Warlocks. So like going and practicing putting or something.
Yeah.
I do want to get like another one or two to put like mids and drivers or whatever just to have some sort of organization. And then taking that on the road is like super nice.
Yeah.
Because it fits a ton of shit. And like,
There's no wasted space
yeah.
because the toolbox doesn't take up that much room, and it's just
Mhm.
like money.
Yeah. And then they fit perfect. I put like PVC with, I forget what kind of foam, like for your pipes in there or
Yeah,
whatever.
pipe insulator.
Yeah. I got a couple of those down so they fit like snugly and they're not like smacking around a bunch. And I fit mostly distance drivers, some fairways, some mids, some extra putters, and it was like perfect for going all last year for X, Y, and Z tournaments. So that's probably like my biggest thing is getting that organized. But it's still basic, like how I've built my bag has essentially been the same for a while now, like in the sense of putting putters has changed probably the most, but like what I'm looking for in distance drivers is basically always the same. What I'm looking in fairways has varied a little bit, since like FDs are pretty sweet. Having like something that's kind of like hyzer flip up, I kind of enjoy. I've been throwing Thunderbirds a lot lately too. Like that's a really nice speed for something that I was like missing, because like I didn't realize how much I wanted, or more so needed, something like that until I got to 1, 2, 3 at Seymour. And it was like one time, like one instance, I was like, fuck, I don't have that disc in my bag. Because a distance driver, like, I didn't feel that comfortable with. Like, it'd go, I don't want to say like too far, but I felt like I would just go too far. So how much I would back off of it would just make the disc fly weird. And then I would club up, or not, I would club down to like an FD, but knowing like I had to put more into it. So it put me in that weird spot.
Yes.
So going back there, I was throwing like a CD2, which is like a 10, where like a Thunderbird I think is a 9 or something. And it was like, yeah, this is awesome. Like I need this slot for like weirdness like this. So I don't need like a bunch of them, but if I have like 1 or 2, I have a Thunderbird, which is workable, and then I have a PD that is just like a stiletto PD, basically, which is nice. And then rollers, like for the weird stuff, like Roadrunner is one of my most favorite discs, even though like I don't throw it too much, but when I get the chance to, I really like doing it, and I'm always like super confident in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep taking out different discs when I go to play, like just to fuck around with them. Like I'm having tryouts.
Yeah.
The Nuke OS made the team.
Nice.
For sure.
Yeah.
And like there's a bunch of it still that's up. I took out the I played with the orange Ledgestone XL.
You said you took it out?
I took it out to play with it when we went to Willow.
Okay.
And I really like that fucking disc.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's like not the old XL, not the Elite Z XLs, which are like really stable for an XL. It's like just a click below that, but it like is modern plastic, so it just feels better.
Yeah.
You know, and like but no, it's not like I like playing with it. I like that. I like throwing that guy. I actually liked the Stalker. I've never been that big of a fan of the Stalker, but I liked the Stalker. I'm in love with my Raptors. And then I've been fucking around with like Undertaker, Vulture, Annex. You know, do I want to throw the Avenger SS as my like flippy guy instead of the XL? You know what I mean? Like they're both that like flippy, like, you know, instead of using Magnum or whatever, XLT.
Yeah.
So I don't know with that. And then the other ones I was just screwing around with. I've been just throwing like a bunch of forehands to see what I like. Basically forehand wise, I like the Punisher for like a not real stable forehand. I like the Zeus for a forehand. I love the Force for a forehand. The Nuke OS I like. And then I've thrown a couple with that purple Nuke.
Okay.
That I like. I actually like that for a forehand.
Yeah. Yeah, Dan, I hope Dan found the one purple Nuke that he put over the fence. I forget what school it is. And he was like, yeah, I put a Nuke over there. And then we went to Lakeshore. He was like, maybe I should go look for that Nuke. I was like, dude, I even told you before you should go back and look for it. Like, these are good nukes.
Yeah.
Like, I've looked for, like, okay, I really like how this flies. What does it look like? I really like how this flies, but it's different than the other. So what does this look like? And then just going through all those shapes and just having a vast collection. And again, throwing other people's discs. Like Rocco.
Yeah.
When I did that the second time, I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
But like seeing those nukes, I was like, man, I wish nukes looked like that back when they first came out. Because like these are, in my opinion, I feel what they should have been.
Yeah.
Not the nonsense that they were before. And then I think Yuli throws a Nuke SS now, whatever that white glow disc is. The random off topic ish. Whatever hole it is out on that Belton course, whatever, throws it on like a pure hyzer directly towards OB just to get like out the gap, and it just like flips and rolls and is like playing like he just threw a fucking sidearm.
Yeah.
One of the most like wild shots that I've seen like on tour, which I think is sick from him.
Yeah.
Especially having like a really workable sidearm that
and
has
you
like
think it's a
distance
Nuke
and stuff.
SS?
I think so. Like
Yeah.
it's a fast disc, obviously, and it just like kind of how it flies and reacts kind of reminds me of a Nuke SS. I could be totally wrong, but
Yeah.
it's for sure a fast flippy disc.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I have a Nuke SS that I
have a Nuke
kinda
SS. Maybe I'll fuck around with it.
Yeah.
I took out the crank SS. I threw one really good shot with the crank SS and it hit a tree. Because I was just trying to work. Because I've gotten gun shy on the hyzer flip because it's early in the year and like I've been trying whatever.
Mhm.
And then once I got it right, like I threw the thrasher a couple times and like nailed the hyzer flip.
Mhm.
So then I was like, all right, the crank SS is gonna let me know if I'm actually nailing it or what, because like it's so touchy.
Mhm.
And I just fucking cranked it out, and it just like came out, stood up dead flat, and then was going straight. I just threw it a little low, and then it just caught this tree.
Nice.
But made me feel pretty good. That
Hell
disc
yeah.
will let you know if you're letting it go right or not.
Yeah.
'Cause if you're
Great accidental purchase or whatever
Yeah.
it was from Lakeshore.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I forgot about that Nuke SS, which is more stable than the
Yeah.
crank SS. I was like,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
At least the one that I have, the blue one that I have, I think
Yeah.
is more stable than the crank SS.
Yeah, I need to get my Nuke SS out because that was a lot of fun. I came across it the other day and I was like, dude, I thought I lost you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the okay, so I had an interaction with Dan the other day, and he was texting me. It was probably like 10 at night, and he's like, dude, I found a buzz that I really really like. Not anything special, regular buzz, feels really nice, flies really nice for me, whatever. I'm like, dude, sweet. Like, can I see it or whatever? Because
Yeah.
I'm just curious to see like what it looks like or whatever. He's like, no, it's in the car, and I'm just like, wait, you don't take them in with you? Like, if I have a favorite, I'll leave my cart in the car or something sometimes, or my bag or whatever. But I'll go in there and I'll be like, I like you, and I like you, and yeah, you can come inside too. Like,
Yeah.
you're cool. The rest of you guys, you stay here. You'll get your chance. That also leads me to losing discs because they're like in my bed somewhere, underneath my bed, inside, near me, whatever.
Right.
They just get like left there.
Yeah, the Yellow Mercies and the Challenger.
Yeah.
We're ready to play. Fuck, I forgot those.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was the most bummed about the Challenger because I was
Yeah.
like, dude, how sweet would it be to like throw the same? Because I feel like it would just, if it's the same like power and just like pop, it would just do this like straight and then just like fade right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the first run Sparta.
Yeah.
It flies just like that. Just
Hilarious.
yeah. I set my card up with a setup, just like, all right, those are the discs I'm gonna work through because I'm just trying to like get through them, see what I want to do, see whatever. I still have a couple questions. Still, I put the Vulture in so I can throw that, and I threw the Undertaker the other day. It was good. I'm just thinking like I took a couple of what's that? Pipelines.
Nice.
Just fucking around with those. I really like those, but I just decided I just
I
like
like
the,
those a lot too.
yeah. I was like, I like the XL and the Stalker better as a combo than I do the Pipeline. Like the Pipeline, the more stable Pipeline is still less stable than the Stalker.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like like the Spark, the like Metal Flake, Sparkle, whatever the fuck their version of it is, that is still less stable than the Stalker.
Gotcha.
It's more stable than the XL. So it's like in between those two. And I was just like, I'd rather have like the XL and the Stalker don't go as far as the Pipeline, but like, I don't know. I just like that fairway slot better. So then I was like, well, do I double up with them? I don't know. Because then after that, there's like any number of discs. I just know for sure I like the 1XL, I like the Stalker, and then I have two. I'm going to take out my third Raptor and see if I like that. But definitely like the two Raptors. I like the one first run that's like stable, and then I like that Tour Series one that's like very workable.
Yeah. Yeah, I think those are good combos. Like every now and then I have like two Firebirds in there.
Yeah.
And it's basically just that I have one that's just Beefmaster and then the other one that has a little more curve to it and everything. So like for a while it was like an Audi and a Felon.
Yeah.
Audi for meat hookiness and then Felon straighter for longer. And I've been thinking about putting one in the bag again just to like fuck around with it. But I remember last time there was a reason why I didn't like it so much, and then I got a couple Audis from Josh that are not as overstable as other Audis, but definitely more overstable than most Felons that are like probably just like the bee's knees. But also I only have two of them.
Yeah.
It's funny because like the guy he got them from, he stopped throwing them because they were like really flippy, and I'm like, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have a baby arm. I don't have big boom boom arm, but like I don't really see it. But okay, I'm cool with it because they feel great. They're seasoned. They're extra cool because they're Team West Side stamped or whatever the fuck. But whatever, they're just nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel good about it. The biggest thing for me has always been like my putters. There was a big phase of basically what I've been going through or what Dan's been going through that I went through, where eventually it's just coming to the realization of like, you have to trust your putt. You have to get it dialed in and just find something that you really like. And it's not going to just be like the putter's fault.
Yeah.
Because you're missing putts. It's find the thing that you really like. So he was saying he really liked how his whatever jawbreaker ones felt. And then
Those focuses. I mean, the
roaches.
Yeah.
Roaches. And he was curious about like the Brody line or whatever. He said he felt them before. I think he said he felt them before and he really liked it. And I was like, dude, go grab a couple just to see, because if you're spending $20 a pop on something, like this is going to be your bread and butter.
Yeah.
Like there's no sense. Like if you can get Warlocks all day long at the same price, sweet. Like if anything, I got lucky. Like all the ones I've gotten besides maybe 5 have all been like exactly what I want. And I'm super happy with all of them. If they're all like his Warlocks and his Wizards, where they're all just like, they feel like your door over there, like that's not going to do you any good unless you can get past the point of like, I'm just working on this motion and that's it.
Yeah.
But I don't like, he's not there because he's like, as soon as he throws it, it's immediate. Like, I fucking hate how this thing feels, whatever. So he can't get the clean release. So then it's messing with the putt itself.
Yes.
So yeah, I think he grabbed a little stack of more roaches. So hopefully he did at least.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about it when I went, because like I just don't think about my putt at all. Like,
Yeah.
Like even when I was like, all right, I got to dial these in.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking of any mechanics.
Yeah.
I'm literally just thinking of like where I'm aiming, and then I just think of like straight back, straight forward. Or
Yeah.
I have an issue where I get lazy and I let it go on a hyzer.
Yep.
Instead of making sure that I come across and I let it go flat.
Yeah.
I get lazy and then I hyzer it, and like all my misses were left.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't even left. It was like short. Like I just didn't quite put enough on it. And if I'm gonna let it go on a hyzer like that, like I just needed to put more on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a bunch that like I just didn't quite get enough on. And I'm really digging the fucking ringer. I
Yeah.
really like the ringer. I still want to have a driving putter besides the ringer. Like I like the ringer as an upshot disc. I like the ringer even like there's plenty of shots that I like, but like driving at the basket, I don't have the confidence in it.
Okay.
Because it's not very workable. It's just so ultimately neutral.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if I put it on a little bit of an ante, if I put anything on it, it's not going to come back.
Yeah.
Like it's basically just going to hold that ante. If I let it go flat and I put something on it, it's basically just going to stay flat. And it might, like as it slows down, fall. So when we were playing at Addison and when I was playing at Stony and stuff, like I could get it to do some work. I would just have to really like take the spin off of it. You know what I mean? Or like slow it down as I'm throwing it to get it to do something. Like I had a few where I could get it to dive at the end and do this. It's just not like, if I have to do it at any kind of distance, it's just not going to do it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So then like, what's the jump between that to Rocco? You know what I mean? And it's like, I'd rather like, if I'm going to go off the tee, it kind of limits what I can do. Like if I'm going to throw a straight shot, if I'm going to throw a hyzer, if I'm going to do something like that, good. But if I need to play something that just has like a little workability, you know what I mean? Or like it's going to like slowly come out of something, like I want something like just a little bit more stable, you know what I mean? As like a driving putter.
And that's not Mr. Pink?
Well, it is.
Okay.
I mean, like it is. I just don't know. Like I think Mr. Pink is starting to like loosen up a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We'll have to see. I also would like to, like, Mr. Pink's going to never be the flippy putter. Well, not never, but
it's going to be a while before
it's not
maybe the flippy
yeah,
putter.
it's not going to get to be the flippy putter quickly enough. So I'm going to try to, like, I put one of the Big Z Fierces.
Do you want my Challenger?
No. I have something that does that. My one Fierce does that. Run it. But I want like a premium plastic that's like on the flippier side.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take one of the Big Z Fierces and just try to use that as my driving putter.
Okay.
At least for a little bit and see like.
Have
how
you tried
it
an
breaks in.
APX?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't want to try a different disc. I'm
Okay.
sure the answer's
Here somewhere
on that shelf.
Okay. It could be somewhere else too. I don't know.
Yeah. No, because I think if worst comes to worst, I could just throw Mr. Pink
Mhm.
or one of his friends.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that would work.
Mr. Brown.
Yeah, it's just not going to then lead to a premium flippy putter, which is also something that I want.
Yeah. I remember looking for a premium flippy putter at one point. I used to throw this Pro D magnet. These were the first magnets I ever got. I had a green one and I had a black one. I got these in Texas. Black discs in Texas, not a good thing,
Yeah,
especially in the summer. I don't know if you know, but Texas gets fucking hot.
I had heard something about that.
Yeah. So I threw both of them first time. I was like, okay, these fly like pretty sweet for me, whatever. By the time I threw it to when I picked up the green one, then I picked up the black one. The black one was like bubbling.
Yeah.
There's like weirdness going on top, whatever. I was like, what the fuck? Like, did I hit something? Is there something on it? As soon as I picked it up, I was like, oh, it's the top layer of plastic is like coming off. So I could like peel it or whatever, like roll it up with my thumb and some shit. And it was like, ow, my hands too. So I don't remember what I ended up doing with that. I probably threw it till it was just like trashed or something. And then I had the green one for a while. And that used to be my disc on Stony Blue, the one right after the little short one.
Yeah.
So 14, right? Where you go like
Up and over. Yeah.
Yeah. So that used to be my thing where it's like every time I throw this, I'm going to have a putt. I remember there was like a streak where I was like inside 10 feet, however many fucking times in a row. So anyways, it got to a point where like I wanted something that would do this for a while. It started getting like useless or something like that. And then I eventually lost it. And I was like, they make Z magnets. So like, I don't know if you know about magnets and then Z magnets, but the stability in them is vastly different.
Yes.
I didn't know this until I got one, or like 3, I think it was. I think I got one from Mike Henry from back in the day. And so much that like it's 0 on the Pro D one and it's a 1 stability rating on Z plastic.
Pro Z.
Pro Z, yeah. And I threw it. I don't know. It was one of my early throws. Hole 9 at Firefighters. I threw it on there thinking it could like hyzer it, stands up, be whatever. Threw it on hyzer and it just hooked up and smacked one of the trees in the middle, like on the far side. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Like that didn't fly at all what I thought. Yeah. It was super fucking weird. I wish I had them now still just to like fuck with them and see like how much I'd like them now. But then I was like, this isn't even anything close to what like I wanted it to be. Like it's cool, like it's a premium plastic one, whatever, but I can't even get it to do anything what I want it to do. So what the fuck's the point?
Yeah.
Like I try for like the rest of the round, I was throwing it and whatever. It's like, dude, what the shit? Like, how can it be this much different? It was wild.
I got an Evolution Wizard from Jared. The first time that I'd met him.
Yeah.
Because I had loved wizards. And I was like, oh, this is sweet. And I was like, oh, a premium plastic wizard. Like, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And it fucking sucked. And I was like so bummed out because I was like, man,
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be great.
Yeah. And that's why I think it sucks even more.
Yeah.
It's not even close to what you want.
Like, what I want, honestly, because, like, I already have the ringer. So the ringer is that, like, slightly... Like, the ringer basically flies like Mr. Pink, except for Mr. Pink will kind of come back a little bit. I don't know. They're probably very similar at this point because what I would want is a glow wizard, super glow wizard.
Okay.
That's what I want. Stability-wise,
Gotcha.
that's what I want.
Okay.
Yep. So it'd go, like, basically spacing-wise directly in order from, like, run it, fierce,
Yep.
very understable,
Yeah.
to ringer, right, to that guy, to Rocco / zone.
Gotcha.
And I think that would be, like, for me, like, dope.
Yeah.
So that's really what I want. I think that Big Z Fierce is relatively close.
Oh, the red one there?
Yeah, I took the orange one because I think the orange one's a little bit more stable.
Okay.
But I remember throwing them and being like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like
I'd imagine those would be a lot of fun to
it's a
huck around.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
cool. And I like the rim on them. I'm really comfortable with them anyways.
You don't want to get a scratchy Luna?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Okay.
I'm positive. I really don't want any new molds. Like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I have all of the, like, every shot that I need, I have one. You know what I mean? So, like,
Allegedly.
until I have, like,
Yeah.
a set all dialed in and, like, it's not a pilot error,
Mm-hmm.
like, until I'm at that point, then I'm just going to stick with these molds. Because the new one that came out, like, I'm interested in.
The new driver or
Yeah.
whatever? Yeah.
I'm interested in that. Because
Okay.
it's, like, my style disc. But
What is it supposed to be like?
I don't know. From what I can see, it's supposed to be like a beat-in flash.
Oh, God.
So
Like,
it's flippy.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Like
thinking,
a Thrasher on roids?
I don't know, what speed's
Maybe.
a flash?
Is it 11
I
or
don't know.
something? I don't know. I remember the first Flash I ever got.
Oh shit! I've never had one.
Yeah, it was a blue ESP one that I got from
No.
Disc Nation. Yeah, and I remember chucking it real far one time in the field out at Seawright, and it
Yeah.
was awesome. Yeah, I was super fucking pumped about it. I was rage throwing out there, just hammering some stuff just to try to figure out some sort of distance, and that was when I was able to get like pretty decent. Yeah, it was nice. Scott's got a bunch of flashes.
Does he?
Oh yeah.
I saw a video of Sam Smeagol throwing one, and he was like, "The flash might be my new distance driver."
Yeah.
So it's a 10 speed.
Okay.
So according to Infinite, this is for the ESP. It says that the flight numbers on it are 10, 5, -2, 3.
Cool. Whatever that means.
So that's that.
Yeah, in my head, the first thing it goes to in similarity is like a faster Thrasher kind of thing.
Thrasher's an 11 speed,
Yeah.
so it's slower than a Thrasher.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't tell me to justify how my brain works.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of it like a
Slower Thrasher?
no.
Oh.
I'm thinking of it more like a Rogue.
Okay. I can see that.
Because a Rogue is a 11 speed.
Probably.
It's like a Rogue, like a Rogue, then an Avenger, Surge,
Mm-hmm.
like Avenger SS before that, right? It's like Avenger SS, Rogue, Avenger, Surge. They're all kind of in that like 11 speed family thing.
Yeah.
So like just slower than that would be the Flash. So a beat-in Flash. Is it like kind of an Avenger SS, but with stability at the end? Because the Avenger SS just goes,
Yeah.
or yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
not Avenger SS. Yeah, Avenger SS.
Flippy.
Real flippy.
Yeah.
But
So
it's,
I've
it's
heard.
not an Avenger. I don't know. Whatever.
Anyways.
Anyways.
They got a new disc. It's a beat up Flash.
Allegedly.
Stuff and things. I don't know.
It does some stuff, and
Definitely does the things.
it does some things.
Nice.
And so that's that. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen the people throw them. They're excited about them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw a couple posts where they were like, "Hey, these are sweet." I'm like, "All right, cool." And I don't know what to do with this information
These
other
are sweet.
than like backlog it.
Cool, man. Cool.
Yeah, nice, nice discs.
Disc.
Yeah. So what's Redmond saying here? How do you feel about a TD clearly altering rules of competition play against PDGA standards? Is feedback to the PDGA warranted? It doesn't affect the entire event and barely affects the division the player was in, but it's not what was supposed to happen. Asking for a friend. LOL. Do you want me to keep going? Do you want me to do the other part?
No, I'm just going to read the other part.
Okay.
So we were told this before. You and I were last year. Remember?
No, because I didn't read it and I didn't hear it. Okay. Player heads to the wrong tee for second round.
Yes.
Play commences, and a player realize. And
Basically, the TD, the guy missed missed 2 holes.
Okay.
There's a misunderstanding. He played with the wrong card, whatever. Then he got sent to another one, missed 2 of the holes, and then after the round, basically, the TD just had him play those 2 holes.
And then add 2 strokes per hole?
I don't think he added anything. He just had him play those 2 holes.
Oh, I see.
So then, what's that about?
Yeah.
So remember when we were late?
Yeah.
And we were running out there, and he goes, "Don't worry about it. Whatever holes you
Yeah.
miss, just play them when you're done."
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, he told us that.
Yeah.
So,
I forgot about that.
yeah.
Nothing added, just played. Yeah, I think that's wrong. Like, even though like I've been a victim of it a couple times now, like not only our event, but like that was different because we missed the holes. I played an event with Scott as a doubles partner. I forget where, but the signage wasn't done well. So our card thought we were following the people in front of us, like literally to a T. And none of us were very familiar with the layout. So we ended up just missing a hole entirely. And we didn't notice until we got to the last hole. And we're like, I think I had the card and I missed a hole, guys. And we go through it and we were just like, we played it out in our heads. Like we did this, this, and this. And I'm like, okay, I didn't miss a hole. Turns out we all missed a hole. And then we went up to the TD. Hey, this is what happened, whatever. And it's probably one of the dumbest threes ever. Because it was, I think it's what you score on the hole +1 or or what is it, Redmond? You go back, you play a hole, and then you get whatever strokes. I remember we parred it.
Yeah.
Because we threw a tee shot, as you do, and then Scott threw it in with a red dagger. And I was like, fucking sick par.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I don't know, like we two'd it on a par 3 and we got the 1 extra stroke, or we two'd it on a par 4 and got 2 extra strokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we eagled it, but also didn't at the same time.
We eagle bogeyed it.
Yeah. Eagle part.
Very rare.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Yeah, nailed it. Do we think we know the TD I'm referring to? Brendan asks. Is it something ruse? Eminem. Eminem.
Michalak.
Oh, there we go. I was trying to think of it. Mahalik.
Whatever. Trying not to say it. So the Flash.
I can take it out. That's whatever. Who cares?
The Flash.
Who's daring? Daring just word vomits it out.
Yeah.
It's mouth diarrhea.
The Flash exists somewhere in the world of Rogue and Surge SS.
Okay.
Basically.
According to the internet.
According to Inbounds
Nice.
Disc Golf.
Okay.
I like their flight chart a lot.
Good.
I find it very accurate.
Nice.
So according to them, that's
feedback to the PDGA is warranted.
The Flash bottom is what was used to make the nuke.
What? The Flash oh, how? That's like the fat part.
Yeah.
Like how wide it is.
The nuke is a faster flash.
Okay.
Yes, I could see that.
Yeah.
It's not the bottom would be used because then it would be too big.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
But by the numbers on there, it's somewhere around Rogue, Surge SS, whatever.
Okay.
So I would imagine that a beat-in flash would be somewhere in between Surge SS and Avenger SS.
Gotcha.
So I'm wondering if
wait, Rob misses his flash. What happened to your flashes? The heck?
they're on the disc offender list.
Yeah. What the shit?
Ooh.
All right.
Yes. I hope he doesn't make them.
I know. There was a quick thing that I wanted to talk about that I remembered earlier. Forgot, and then I remembered again. I went down a rabbit hole.
Yes.
On YouTube.
Okay.
Okay. So Do you know who Smosh is?
Nope.
Okay. So they're one of the first people on YouTube to be like first million subscribers, whatever. And it's hilarious. Now their brand, like they basically signed a contract to some company. So a company owns Smosh instead of Ian, I forget whatever his name is, and then Anthony Padilla. So Anthony Padilla now has his own channel called Anthony Padilla, and he does all these interviews and whatever.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are really interesting, really informative, like seeing it from whoever's perspective that he's bringing on. And I watched one that was really interesting with people who live with what is it, DID, something identity disorder, something wild, where people just like switch back and forth between the different themselves or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just started watching a bunch of those videos, like a lot of them, because
Yeah.
it was super interesting. This one chick who lives in England, I think the host's name is Chloe, and then she's got, I think, 22 altars or something.
Yeah.
And she's got like anywhere from like a 3-year-old to like eternal, like living inside her or whatever. It was like a really interesting thing that I like kind of found to love, just like seeing how people live with this and like this. And it was hard to like kind of make sense of it until it was like everyone goes through like some childhood trauma to get to this point where they no longer, like, they can't blend all together. So it's like person 1, person 2, person 3, and then you have those tools to sit like, all right, we're in this circumstance, this calls for person 2 to be here or whatever. Like, that was kind of like how I put it all together, and it was like really interesting. And I think like I'm a believer in it. Before I thought it was just like, no, you're just like acting or some shit, and then watching like the people's videos and just how vastly different they are is like astounding to me personally. Like, she's got 3 people that are the same age group, and one is like extremely sexual. So like how her body and everything is like very different. Then you have this other one who's like, I don't know, like a prissy, elegant, like woman who doesn't like say any sort of like slander, or not slander, like slurs or of any type or whatever. Like she fits someone who I used to go to school with named Molly, who is like just that. And I was like, you're Molly. That was just a really interesting.
She's like, don't give me another name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been watching a lot of those.
Yeah. I dated a girl briefly whose mom worked with that.
Really?
Yeah. I was trying to like work on the documentation to like really hammer it into existence, because there's a lot of feedback on like whether it's an actual like disorder or whether like those people are, you know, whether it's something else or whatever it is. Like, is it just delusion? Do they actually have like compartmentalized, like verifiable identities that are like blended in one person, like all that stuff?
Yeah.
And it was really interesting talking to her about it from time to time. And like she'd randomly like get calls from her mom about like the different patients and stuff, which she's not allowed to like talk about, but it's her daughter. So she'd be like, oh yeah, blah, blah, meeting today, whatever. And it was like the one thing is all of them suffered like really fucking hardcore, like childhood trauma.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. That's,
and your brain can't take it. You literally just like splinter.
Yeah. I think he had 3, maybe 4 people on. It was like for sure 3. Yeah. And all of them were like, they went through whatever, and they have, some of the personalities are like the trauma bearers, and then you have other ones that aren't, but they know of its existence and everything. And yeah, it's just a really interesting thing.
Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. One guy, his was a little different. I don't remember what it was called, but he had, I think, 13 different personalities, but it was more unique in the sense like they could blend together. So you could have like all of person 1 or all of person 13, or like a little bit of 2, like 40% of 2 and 60% of 8, or like all of them, like a little bit of each. It was like really interesting to like hear how he described it. But yeah, it was, I don't know, it was a wild thing.
Yeah.
A super wild thing.
Yeah. Some people's lives are incredibly difficult and complex.
Yeah.
You know, like you get caught up in, and I get caught up in from time to time, of like things going on and everyday life stress and all that stuff, and trying to like, chase your dreams and be who you want to be and have the life that you want. You can look at other people and it just seems like life's just handed to them and you're like, pissed off or whatever.
Yeah.
But you look at like the complexities that other people are dealing with and like what other people, just have to get through to like live. It's just insane.
Yeah, manage it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even people that just deal with like mental health in general, especially, I mean, not especially, but in our country is like such a odd thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we still basically live in a culture where it's like, oh, that's not real.
Yeah.
They just don't want to work hard.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
They're clinically depressed. No, they're just lazy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
had there was another one on there too. About Tourette's.
Yeah.
I had a very different take on what Tourette's was, which was the stereotypical, and like after I saw it, I was like, I feel like such an ass.
Yeah.
That it's like it's not just like fuck or whatever. It's just like one guy's a comedian, which I thought was great. So he just was able to own it. Reminded me of another guy who also had a disability and put it like into his act. So like it obviously weighs on him, but he turns it in like he has nothing that offends him because of it now too. So he's like, yeah, because he's always like, well, what do you identify as? Because he's like, here's a disorder that I'm like trying to interview for so he can shed some light on it. So he's like, so what do you identify as? And he just goes, I don't know, like twitchy, like you can just call me whatever. I don't fucking care, which I thought was hilarious. But all of them were just like, it's not just what you think it is, like in South Park. Like obviously all of them hate how South Park depicts it. One chick on there, her like life story was wild. Like long story short, like abusive parents, and she got out of there. She's a Twitch streamer now. And she's got like a really good take on it despite everything that she's gone through, but she's got weird tics, and all of them share the same thing where like if you put it in their head, like they're eventually like they develop a new tic. So a lot of it is like you have this positive trigger for it and they fucking hate it. So they're always like, if you know somebody who's got this, like don't do it, because like basically I'll just stab you in the face like if I could. And it wasn't against the law. But she's got this one she was talking about that there's a video of her like talking about whatever, and then her friend's filming. Anyways, mailman comes and she's like, everybody knows me, so it's not weird that like I'll smack the mail out of the mailman's hand just because like I need to do it. But then like he'll bend over to go get it, and then she's like smack his ass. So like bam bam like on this guy. So that got out there, and she was saying she would go, people would recognize her and they would just like slowly bend over, and she's like what are you doing? So it's like I noticed that people are slowly bending over, so I notice their ass, and then like I have to smack it, and they know that I have to smack it, so I smack it, and then she's pissed, but it's funny at the same time too to her. She's like, so like I'm sexually assaulting someone, but really, like, am I sexually assaulting someone? Like they put their ass in my face and I literally can't help it. I have to do it. I don't know. I thought it was a really funny thing, but it was like I've learned a lot just to see like unfiltered takes of everything versus like some other nonsense.
It's like it's like a compulsive anxiety disorder. Tourette's. I went to school with a kid that had Tourette's.
Mm-hmm.
He'd always say Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones.
Really?
Indiana Jones. Yeah. He didn't. His family was like really conservative, so none of his tics were like swearing. He'd do this whoop noise. Whoop. Indiana Jones.
Nice.
Whoop. And
one of hers was like I can't do it, but it's like this bloop thing or whatever. Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. You just get like fucking sabotaged, dude, in dating and all that. Like everything just becomes like that much.
She was talking, so they brought up sex at one point, and she's like, I can fucking crush a man because like when sex is good, I don't have any tics. Her mind's off of it, whatever. So if you're bad, my mind wanders. So she does her bloop thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And so every time she does, like, they know that, like, I got to try, like, harder or
oh,
whatever.
Come on. You kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically that. Yeah. Like, come on, dude. Like,
that's funny.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
That is funny. All right, buddy. You ready?
Yeah.
I got to call it
Work out.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're
not working out.
No, we're not working out.
Yeah. It's
10
almost
10 to
midnight.
12. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
It's probably even too late for the kid to spin. He's probably in bed already.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.